The River Dragons are on the air. The Columbus River Dragons are on the air, live on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Sun South, Hydra Live, Mr. Sparky, Express Printing, BioLife Plasma, Pepsi, Vector Ply, Zelmo Sip-In, Houston Clinic, Columbus Diagnostic, Kinetic Credit Union, IGH Properties, Trivoli's, Shredaway, Nuke's Eatery, West Georgia Oral and Facial Surgery, Victoryland, Wade Cleaners, and B&B Broadcasting. Now, let's head to the broadcast booth for the start of the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. Here's the voice of the River Dragons, Tom Callahan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Harvey Lumber Press Box. Tom Callahan here with you as we're getting ready to go for tonight's matchup. A Thanksgiving night matchup between the Mississippi Seawolves and your Columbus River Dragons. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope that your holiday has gone well, and well, you've avoided maybe overindulging in the turkey. Who am I kidding? Maybe you haven't, but that's just fine. Have that extra slice of pie. Why not? And join us for some great hockey action coming up here in just a little bit. So coming into this afternoon's game, or this evening's game, I should say, 3 in a row coming up for the River Dragons here as warm-ups going on down on the ice right now. The River Dragons here in Mississippi today and tomorrow, but then Saturday back home for a 7:30 puck drop on Nonprofit Night. So if you want to catch the River Dragons this weekend, come on out and join us. Tickets are on sale for that game right now, but to the matter at hand tonight, the River Dragons come in 9-1 on top of the Continental Division in the FPHL. Good for 26 points on the year. Mississippi 2-6-2 on the year, 8 points. Still struggling to really find the right fit. A lot of players have come and gone on this Mississippi roster so far as they continue to try to find those pieces to slot in place and kind of find a little bit of the magic here. And, you know, one of those wins came against this River Dragons team. It was a 3-0 shutout victory not too long ago, so that is fresh in the mind of the River Dragons, who then went on to win the next 3 games they played against the Seawolves, but don't think that that doesn't stick with them a little bit. And after this tough weekend set against Port Huron, which, by the way, not only coming out with the wins for the River Dragons, also Chase Fallis night, a very emotional weekend, but really the team tested maybe more than it's been by most opponents this year, and I think that that's good for the River Dragons. You can't always have an easy game, and not every game is easy. Any opponent in this league can jump up and bite you if you try to take a night off, and so Port Huron pushed the River Dragons, but Columbus still found ways to win. Now, in our pregame show here, we've got a lot coming your way, but a lot of things to talk about, including an update on the Michael Greco suspension that was handed down earlier this week, so you're not going to want to miss that. Plus, we have a chat with head coach Jerome Bouchard as well. Now, I'm going to warn you, that chat was taped a couple days ago, so it does have a little bit of outdated information when it does come to the Greco suspension, but we're going to update you on that before we get into that, so don't worry. Stick with us, and we're going to work you through it. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk a little bit more, get inside the numbers on tonight's matchup as the Seawolves hosting the River Dragons here in just a little bit from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. We'll be right back with more in a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons Hockey.
Hey, sports fans, the seasons are changing and it's game time. There's no better time to make sure your heating and air system is working like it should. Call Air Force Heating and Air today for our special $69 tune-up offer. With an Air Force tune-up, a certified and trained technician will perform a comprehensive inspection and duct inspection. This can help reduce utility costs and prevent costly repairs. Schedule your tune-up today. Call 706-223-1945. We're always here when you need us. Air Force Heating and Air. While the River Dragons handle pests on the ice, Orkin takes care of rodents and pests at your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Orkin creates a custom pest plan specifically for you. Orkin can help eliminate and control mice, bed bugs, ants, roaches, stinging insects, and cockroaches, just to name a few. Remember, they're not happy until you're happy, so visit Orkin.com for a free estimate and trust the only pest control service the Dragons trust, Orkin. Now, if they could just control sea wolves and thunderbirds.
At the Country Inn & Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $50 off electrical repairs.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply.
And we're back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Tom Callahan here with you as we work our way into this Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. And Air Force Heating and Air, the official heating and air sponsor of the Columbus River Dragons. Also, River Dragons hockey is brought to you in part by Country Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of the Columbus River Dragons, by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the River Dragons, by Selmo Zip-In, the official fuel provider of the River Dragons, and Wade Cleaners, the official cleaners of Scorch and Torch. So getting ready to go here, as I mentioned, on Thanksgiving night, and once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We appreciate you joining us here. And warm-up's almost complete down there on the ice. The biggest nugget of news to get to, and again, when we talked to Coach Bouchard here in our pregame, the interview taped a couple days ago before this news came down. But Michael Greco, who picked up a 5-minute major in a game misconduct for a hit against the Port Huron Prowlers, ended up with a 2-game suspension coming out of that. And then the suspension was appealed by the Columbus River Dragons. They sent in a video of it. The league took a look at it, and the league then rescinded the suspension against Greco for the hit. So, the good news for the River Dragons is number 24 does not miss any games. And that, while it doesn't bring him back for that game that he got thrown out of, it does help to have that suspension completely taken out of play. And knowing that Greco in the lineup tonight, forward-wise, the River Dragons have depth. On the defensive side, not quite as deep. Now, there were a couple different plans, which you'll hear Coach Bouchard talk about. And I think it's interesting. The reason I still left it in there is because when you hear him talk about how the team would deal with missing a defenseman, I think that applies going forward to this River Dragons team. So we know that there are bumps and bruises throughout the course of a season, sometimes in the course of a game. Sometimes you lose a guy, you go down a guy. I think that is something that the River Dragons are going to keep in mind here. And, it's interesting to me to hear how the hole would be filled. And so I'll save that for Coach Bouchard. I won't go into it too deep here on my side of things. But I will say that, again, just to let you know, at the time we taped the interview, we were still looking at a 2-game suspension for Michael Greco. But that has since been rescinded on the appeal from the River Dragons. So great news for the River Dragons to get him back into the lineup here tonight. Warm-ups almost over down there on the ice, and as players kind of wrapping up, getting things ready to go as the River Dragons. Boy, it's been a little while since we've seen the white uniforms, and the River Dragons wearing the white on the road here. Kind of got used to playing at home a little bit. It was nice. After the first 6 games on the road to start the season, Columbus goes home, plays 4 in a row at the Columbus Civic Center, and a perfect 4-0 record on that home stretch. So now 9-1 on the season for the River Dragons, and looking forward to maybe trying to keep that luck rolling a little bit for themselves. But I will say this, in a 3-3, it is really difficult, not impossible, but really difficult to beat a team 3 times in a row, especially on 3 consecutive days. Not that I want to temper your expectations. I don't want to lower expectations because the team is off to a tremendous start. But again, I mean, the old saying, familiarity breeds contempt, is 100% true. It is very difficult once you get to that second game and then the third game in as many days, even though we're going to be back home at the Columbus Civic Center on Saturday. It's an awful lot of animosity. Awful lot of animosity. And so for the River Dragons, you know, they would love to be able to come out with all three. But for this team, it's just going to be a matter of, you know, pacing themselves, getting through it. And, of course, as I mentioned before, the Seawolves kind of shuffling players in and out. In fact, for this weekend, they've added number 56, Tim Payne, to the lineup. And a guy maybe a little familiar name to River Dragons fans. Spent a little time with Columbus in training camp. Ended up in Elmira. Played for the Elmira Mammoth for a bit. And now finds himself here in Mississippi with the Seawolves. And so you've got him down here. And, of course, there are plenty of talented goal scorers and point getters for this Seawolves team. Chris Levier's got 9 points on the year. Chris Hunt, 14. And he leads this team with 7 goals. There are guys that can put the puck in the net. Daniel McKittrick has 6 goals on the year. And you look at the River Dragons side, Alex Dorjahan leads with that same 7-goal total. The difference is in the fall-off after the top scorers that I just mentioned. And also Yaroslav Yevdokimov has 15 points on the year. 11 of those are assists. But once you get past those names, that's when it starts to fall off a bit. And I think that's the biggest challenge for the Seawolves versus the River Dragons. It's not the primary scoring, it's the secondary scoring as you get deeper into the lineup. Now, the River Dragons, just as I take a quick glance through the lineup here, already you've got 5 guys in double digits on the year as far as points go, and a couple of guys who have already reached the 5-goal plateau. Jake Kelly is there now. Kirk Underwood's got 5 on the year, and Alex Dorjahan, as I mentioned, leading the team with 7, but then you've also got guys knocking on the door. Josh LaBelle's at 4. Austin Doe is at 4, but he's already got 17 points and leads the team in that department. He's been more of a setup guy. Paul Frasio's got 4 goals already this year. So the scoring is distributed not only offensively, but you heard there's some defensive names on that list as well. So good to know that they're able to chip in from just about anywhere, are the River Dragons, and be able to make things happen. And that's exactly what they want to continue doing here, and be able to, you know, get those depth goals, those depth scoring points, and maybe try to keep Mississippi off the board. Sometimes you're not going to shut everybody out every night. That it just doesn't work that way. So what you're doing is you're just trying to contain the top scorers, and then figure out your way that you're going to end up holding everybody else off the map. And that's what the River Dragons try to do. Puck possession, control that. And last week's buzzword, if you remember, was management. Puck management, ice management, zone time management, everything. And I tacked on their emotional management as well for this River Dragons team. That was the buzzword last week. Well, that's going to continue to be the buzzword for Mississippi here tonight, hosting your Columbus River Dragons. All right, let's take a quick break here in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Zelmo's Zippin' out-of-town scoreboard, and we've got more coming your way here. Plus, don't forget our chat with head coach Jerome Bouchard coming up as well. It's the first of 3 in a row here tonight, and it kicks off at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum just past the top of the hour. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
Hey, sports fans, it's game time. There's no better time to make sure your heating and air system is working like it should. As the official air conditioning sponsor of the Columbus River Dragons, we're excited to be able to offer you our special $69 tune-up offer. With an Air Force tune-up, a certified and trained technician will perform a comprehensive inspection and duct inspection. This can help reduce utility costs and prevent costly repairs. Schedule your tune-up today. Call 706-813-1935. We're always here when you need us. Air Force Heating and Air.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
So you've got projects to do around your home. You got Harvey Lumber for that. You've decided to finally get that large deck built in the back for family fun and entertaining like you've been dreaming about for so long. You got Harvey Lumber for that. From replacing a few boards to replacing all the windows to building from the ground up, you've got Harvey Lumber for that. It's kind of like that old saying, there's an app for that. Well, whatever you need in the way of building supplies, there's been a Harvey Lumber for that in the Chattahoochee Valley for over 150 years. Harvey Lumber Company, 815th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
Welcome back to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Tom Callahan here with you. Thank you so much for joining us here. River Dragons and Seawolves coming up just past the top of the hour. Our chat with head coach Jerome Bouchard coming back in just a little bit. And yes, we are in the Harvey Lumber press box here this evening in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. Let's take a look at the Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. It's actually a pretty light night in all hockey leagues. We are the only game in the FPHL. The NHL is on hiatus for this evening. And really, the big-time stuff going on is the National Football League. So as we take a look over what's going on in the NFL, this is kind of a busy Thanksgiving Day. There's a couple of games that are happening today. One that's coming up later is New England and Minnesota. The game going on right now, winding down to the fourth quarter. Dallas about to go to 8-3. They've got a 28-13 lead over the New York Giants. And earlier today, the Buffalo Bills pulling out a tight one, 28-25 over the Detroit Lions. How crazy is it if you're the Buffalo Bills? You had to give up a home game on Sunday because of all the snow in Buffalo, fly to Detroit and play your home game in Detroit. And you're the home team. You go out there, you play the Browns, and they won. Then you go back to Buffalo for a couple of days. Then you go right back to Detroit. Now you're the visiting team playing the Lions, and they come out with a win, 28-25 today. It's been that's an interesting, really 5-day stretch for that Buffalo Bills team. And so that's it in the Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. Zelmo's Zip-In has been fueling life's passions since 1999. And turning our attention back, by the way, if you're just joining us, we'll give you the news once again here in case you missed it. The 2-game suspension against Michael Greco, the River Dragons defenseman, has been rescinded. So after picking up 5 in a game, misconduct in that game against Port Huron for that hit, that Greco was penalized for and ends up getting tossed out. Then a 2-game suspension handed down by the league. The River Dragons appealed it during the week and then come back with the decision to rescind that 2-game suspension. So number 24 eligible to be in the lineup here tonight. And again, the reason I mention that is because in our chat coming up with head coach Jerome Bouchard, we taped it a couple of days ago just to get ahead on the Thanksgiving holiday here. And at that time, Greco was still suspended. So you're basically going to hear what the River Dragons would do if they were to miss a defenseman, which over the course of a season, I mean, you get injuries, you might get a suspension, different things can happen, a guy might get called up. So I still thought it was worth keeping in there just to kind of have a little bit of insight into the process and how that process exactly would work for the River Dragons were that to become the reality for them down the road. And quite honestly, I think that, you know, you're going to run into that at some point, and that's just something that you have to keep in mind. So we start here this 3-game set tonight at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Play again tomorrow night here in Mississippi against the Seawolves. Then the River Dragons come home for Nonprofit Night on Saturday, November 26th. Several area nonprofits will be at the game to show how they create an impact in the Chattahoochee Valley and also show you how you can do the same. Single game seats on sale right now through the Civic Center box office by calling 706-653-4460 or online at Ticketmaster.com. Let's take one more break here in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our chat with head coach Jerome Bouchard. And then on the other side of that, get ready. We're going to drop the puck back to action on a Thanksgiving night here in Mississippi. The Seawolves hosting your Columbus River Dragons. We'll be right back with more in just a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Complete Tire and Service, located at 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus, is the perfect place to take care of everything your vehicle needs. From preventive maintenance to alignments, brakes, oil changes, and more, your friends at Complete Tire and Service have you covered. Need tires? Buy 3, get 1 free for passenger vehicles. Call 706-321-8133 to set up your appointment. 321-8133. Complete Tire and Service on the web at ctstires.com.
Hydrolife Therapy in Old Town is your one-stop recovery shop to get you back to 100%. With IV therapy treatments, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. Hydrolife treatments are packed with nutrients to increase energy and boost your immune system. Join the IV League today for the most affordable way to feel better, look better, and start accomplishing more. Online at hydrolifetherapy.com/Columbus. Hydrolife Therapy. Start living your best life.
Hey, sports fans, the seasons are changing and it's game time. There's no better time to make sure your heating and air system is working like it should. Call Air Force Heating and Air today for our special $69 tune-up offer. With an Air Force tune-up, a certified and trained technician will perform a comprehensive inspection and duct inspection. This can help reduce utility costs and prevent costly repairs. Schedule your tune-up today. Call 706-223-1945. We're always here when you need us. Air Force Heating and Air.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome back here in the pregame show on this Thanksgiving Day. We're getting ready to take on the Mississippi Seawolves today, and we're joined by head coach Jerome Bouchard. Coach, Thanksgiving Day, I know it's American Thanksgiving, but just first of all, what does the tradition mean to you, and what are your thoughts on the holiday?
Well, just being Canadian, I'm in the middle of both, so we kind of celebrate a little early as well, but you know what? To me, I'm thankful every day that get a chance to live in this world and treat people right, and hopefully they treat other people right the same way. So,
well, I'll tell you what, things have been treating you right this year in the FPHL schedule. The team's off to a very good start so far. So, looking back at the first 10-game stretch, what are your thoughts?
Obviously we're super talented. We got a great work ethic. I think we're getting away with some stuff because of our talent and trying to rectify that, and I think we did a pretty good job on Saturday night against Port Huron with a 5-3 game, and actually it was a really kind of a nail biter. I think we needed that a close game and play the simple right way, dump and chase when we need to, and just puck management was a lot better Saturday. So. More along the lines of that is what I'm looking for.
And it's funny, you reminded me of that management keyword we talked about for Saturday, because one other one came up to me. You talked about puck management, time management, ice management, emotional management, I think was a big one too.
Yeah, you know what? I think on Saturday we kept everything in check for the most part. And, Mississippi's, we've played them 5-6 times now already. And, we definitely have that rivalry. I know we've had our way with them, but at the same time, they're a dangerous team. They're a wounded team. I think they're 0-4, 0-5 in their last 5 games. So they're looking for revenge, and they're looking for something. We just got to play really hard and really smart.
Before we talk a little bit more about Mississippi, just your reflections on Chase Fallis night.
Well, you know what? Very special. He's put a lot of time into this world, our hockey world, and he's just a true professional. And it's just always nice to see a guy like that, a good guy that deserves recognition of what he put into this game. And it was just really nice ceremony to see that 14 up there.
All right, let's talk about the Mississippi Seawolves, and let's do that kind of via the keys to the game.
Keys to the game. Simplify. We need to score when we have our opportunities, and we need to eliminate unforced turnovers and just keep on working on that puck management.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight.
You bet. Thanks, Tom.
All right, we're back with more of the pregame show in just a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Embroidery, direct-to-garment printing, and vinyl heat-pressed lettering and numbering. We provide custom t-shirts for any occasion, reunions, parties, you name it. We have a graphic designer on staff to help create the logos or graphics necessary to make your shirts unique. Here we pride ourselves in being able to deliver orders of any size at low competitive cost with no minimum quantity required to order. That's why the River Dragons trust us for all their uniform needs. Call the Jersey Shop in Columbus today, 706-565-4242.
For Beam, community isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. We believe that when we care together, work together, and even cheer for our favorite teams together, we are closer to what counts. Beam has been improving the way we connect since 1964, not just with technology, but with our communities and with each other, because at Beam, community is not just a place, it's the way we do business. Beam, bringing East Alabama more. It's in our name.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
So you've got projects to do around your home. You got Harvey Lumber for that. You've decided to finally get that large deck built in the back for family fun and entertaining like you've been dreaming about for so long. You got Harvey Lumber for that. From replacing a few boards to replacing all the windows to building from the ground up, you've got Harvey Lumber for that. It's kind of like that old saying, there's an app for that. Well, whatever you need in the way of building supplies, there's been a Harvey Lumber for that in the Chattahoochee Valley for over 150 years. Harvey Lumber Company, 815th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
It's time for River Dragons hockey. Tonight's game is brought to you by Sun South, Hydra Live, Mr. Sparky, Express Printing, BioLife Plasma, Pepsi, Vector Ply, Zelmo Zip-In, Houston Clinic, Columbus Diagnostic, Kinetic Credit Union, IGH Properties, Trivoli's, Shredaway, Nuke's Eatery, West Georgia Oral and Facial Surgery, Victoryland, Wade Cleaners, and PMB Broadcasting. Now let's start the game with the voice of River Dragons hockey, Tom Callahan.
And welcome into the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Tom Callahan here with you as we are getting ready to go here tonight between the Seawolves and your Columbus River Dragons. That's right, the first of 3 in a row between these clubs tonight and tomorrow right here in Mississippi, then returning to Columbus, Georgia on Saturday night. By the way, that Saturday night is nonprofit night for the River Dragons, and that will be Saturday, November 26th. Several area nonprofits will be at the game to show how they create an impact in the Chattahoochee Valley and also show you how you can do the same. Single game seats on sale for that and every subsequent River Dragons home game. Say that 5 times real fast, Tom. Are on sale through the Civic Center box office by calling 706-653-4460 or online at Ticketmaster.com. So the booing you hear is because the River Dragons and the officials took to the ice at the same time. So economy of lung power, you can get all your booing out at one time, I guess, if you're a Seawolves fan here. And actually a pretty good crowd on hand here and still filing in. We see folks heading on into the seats and getting ready to go in just a little bit. The inflatable, I guess it's an inflatable Seawolf, we'll call that, down to our left. And so we're getting ready to go here. So as we are indeed getting set to drop the puck in just a little bit, why don't we take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders for you. And it is going to be Bailey McBurney getting the nod in net for the River Dragons. He's 5-1-0 on the year, with a .924 save percentage and a 2.48 goals against average. He'll be opposed by Blake Wyrick, wearing number 1 for the Seawolves. He's 0-2-1 with an 805 save percentage and a 5.98 goals against average. That's not a misprint, almost a 6 for Wyrick, but the way things have gone lately for the Seawolves team, they've been giving up an awful lot of goals. As a matter of fact, Mississippi has come in with a -31 goal differential. Now their goals for average is 3.3, but they're on a 4-game losing streak right now. And just the problem hasn't really been the scoring. The problem has been keeping the puck out of the net for the Seawolves team. You compare that to a River Dragons team that comes in with a +32 goal differential. That's a 63-goal swing between the minus and the plus. And Columbus has been averaging 5.7 goals per game this season. The goal scoring has been there. And in fact, earlier this season, Columbus dropped its absolute best offensive effort right here in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum when they scored 11 against the Seawolves. Not necessarily expecting that level of success, but last weekend, Mississippi to give up a combined 19 goals in 2 games. Defensively, they have been struggling. The goaltending hasn't been the best, but defensively, again, that's really a place where this team needs to improve. And they've added, as I mentioned, Tim Payne, number 56, and a couple of guys we didn't see last time we were here. It's changed a little bit, or guys who only maybe have 1 game. Philip Wong is new to the roster. Jeff Epwright only had 1 game last time we saw him. Blake Cudmore. So they've really tried to add some players here while keeping those guys I was telling you about a little bit earlier who are carrying the load as far as scoring goes. Chris Hunt, Daniel McKittrick. Those guys are the ones who primarily put the puck in the net for the Seawolves team, and the only guys in double digits when it comes to points. So they're done announcing the starting lineups down here on the ice. The River Dragons have taken to the blue line. The Seawolves doing likewise, and so that means it's time for us to get set to send it down for the anthem. But before we do that, let's take a break along the network. 10 seconds for station identification.
River Dragons hockey on WKC and HD2 Forbidden South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rock.
Singing the national anthem tonight is Deidre Show.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And so getting ready to go here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, anthem in the books. And we will get set to drop the puck on this one here in just a moment. River Dragons in the road whites here tonight. On defense, it will be Greco and LaBelle starting out there along with Storjahan, Kelly, and Petrantonio. Up front for your Columbus River Dragons, mainly McBurney in net, opposed by Blake Wyrick. And those two goaltenders getting set to go head-to-head. And we are getting the lights to come back up just a little bit more here, checking the goaltenders who continue to stretch it out, waiting for the puck drop here. I think they're waiting to test the goal light here behind Wyrick. I don't know if it's working right now, but we're going to go anyway. All right. Puck down. Mississippi wins the draw, and here we go. Seawolves will dump it in, and immediately in pursuit, Greco takes a thump behind the net. And LaBelle over to try to help out. Pass off the skate of Kelly. He has to knock it back to the D. Almost turned over right in front. And Columbus trying to regroup here a little bit. They do get the puck to center, tip to an open wing and out the right side. LaBelle will fire it in well over the head of the goaltender, and in fact out of play. That didn't take very long. 26 seconds in. And the River Dragons will end up with a face-off right on the dot at center once again here, it looks like. There's a lot of conjecture over where they want to drop this here. A lot of directing of traffic. Of course, everybody wants the favorable drop, right? I mean, yeah, look, you can argue for it. Sometimes you're going to get it. Most times you're not going to get it. Mississippi will push in, leave it off of the right point here. Susie, look at their traffic. That puck tipped into the corner. Left off of the side of the net, cleared back near corner. Here's Ozelinch with it. His pass ahead went off a skate, came back. Now picked off. Nice job by Petrantonio to drop back into the zone and knock that one away. Mississippi to the change. River Dragons trying to push in. Here's Doe moving it ahead. Petrantonio in. Wrist shot. Glove save. Wyrick rebound. Petrantonio. It caroms in front. Doe a backhand. Wyrick has it underneath him. And he'll hang on. He was looking around for it. Didn't see it. And he ends up just hanging on there to his left. A draw 102 in it already. The River Dragons with a good, strong scoring chance. Puck drawn back by the Seawolves, and it ends up over onto the near side here. That one will be dumped out to center Frazier. Now Aldworth back into the lineup here. I talked to Thomas Aldworth yesterday, asked him how he was feeling. He said, I'm feeling really, really good. Missed a couple of games with an upper body injury, but back out there now for the River Dragons, and looking forward to being back out there. He'll carry it up on the left side. Tried to get that shot off. He was tied up, puck into the corner. Aldworth looking for help on the near side wall. Frazier down for the point, ends up Wickline, sending it in front. A bouncing puck for Krupp. He couldn't corral, and it's cleared out. Columbus trying to regroup here. Puck tipped on, no icing. Wyrick out to handle it around to the far side. It rolls all the way to center where it's sent back in. No, it was not. Offside, whistled down at the line there. Aldworth tried to send it in, then he hit his own player coming out of the zone with a puck, and we end up with the whistle here. If your sides are a little off, visit Old School Barber Shop online at oldschoolbarbershoppe.com. Book online anytime, or you can also book 24/7 through their Facebook and their Instagram. Puck dumped on into the Mississippi end of things here. Up on the left side, King turnover the slot. Kelly with a shot tipped out of play. Kelly was Johnny on the spot right there in between the hash marks and let it go quickly enough, but good job by the Seawolves defender to get a stick on that. Tip it out of play. Face-off will be coming to the right of Wyrick. Storjahan in for this face-off. Spun to the near side. Kelly trying to get to it, pushed behind the net. King couldn't get to it on that far side, and now it's cleared ahead to the line. A bouncer that does just get to center. River Dragons recover. They'll regroup. LaBelle cross-ice feed. That one actually might have gone off the helmet of Kelly. It's cleared back out by Mississippi. Greco tried to push his way up through the traffic. Instead, it'll be sent back to LaBelle inside the Columbus line. Here's Storjahan. Left side ahead now. Mini 3-on-2 developing. There's a left side feed down low. Greco score! Michael Greco took the pass down low from Kelly, streaking on that left wing side, found room on the blocker side of Wyrick. And early on, just 2:47 in, it's 1-0 River Dragons. Boy, what a great heads-up play there. As so quickly on that, it just developed so fast, it turned into a mini 3-on-2 there from about the blue line in. And Greco jumping into the play to make that happen. Greco ends up scoring his 6th goal of the season. Nice pass from Kelly. Let's see if they tack on an additional assist here. But boy, oh boy, quick start for Columbus. And that's what you want to do. You want to jump on a team when they're struggling a little bit, give them something to think about early, and that's what Columbus does. And they break back on the right side. There's a shot. Wyrick handles and he holds. He takes that one in on the body, 3:10 into this first period. Face-off will be to the left of Wyrick, and Underwood in for the draw between Petrantonio and Doe. Puck on the dot is pulled back, and Bush Anderson up the wall for the Seawolves. Can't clear the zone. Here's Doe holding in the corner. Wanted to cycle towards Underwood. And now Mississippi turning it the other way. Here's the call of the goal. They also give an assist to Storjahan on the goal. And now the push back in by the Seawolves. Bailey McBurney had to make a save in front of the net there. The puck stays tied up in behind the net. Ozelinch will pull it out. Both teams changing through some personnel here while Columbus attacking up that left wing side. Ripped in around the boards onto the right wing corner. Wickline sending it down low. Aldworth in the corner, and he lost it. It's cleared out by Pace. Vanelli retreating to his own end with the puck. Flip it off into some space. Nice tip pass on right wing. It ends up with Krupp. Krupp cutting in on the wall. He sends it in front. Tipped in the air. They score. It goes in off the body of Aldworth. Aldworth going to the net. Had the puck jump up in the air off his body. And then it ricochets in behind Wyrick. A good break right there for the River Dragons, and it's 2-0. Well, welcome back, Thomas Aldworth. 4:16 time of the goal. Krupp will pick up an assist. And with that assist, Jay Krupp now stretches his point streak to 7 games. And for Aldworth, that is his 2nd goal of the season, 6th point. And Columbus charging ahead, and a penalty coming up here, and it's going to be against Mississippi as we get the whistle. And now we get a little bit of fussing on the near side glass here. The penalty was initially whistled against Justin Barr, and Barr is upset going into the box, but River Dragons to the first power play of the game for either side. The Georgia power play comes 4.5 minutes into the first period. Barr was definitely trying to drag someone else off with him. And we'll start it off with a drawwood for Mississippi. They will clear it the length of the ice.
Seawolves penalty on number 18, Justin Hall, 2 minutes for cross-checking. That penalty comes to the 4:30 mark of the first period. Your Seawolves are on an American bonding penalty kill.
Here's a lead ahead for Kelly. He's going to bring it up on the right wing side. Go in, and River Dragons set it up. Go to work. LaBelle near side dot. King lost it off his stick. Left point, LaBelle with a shot in. Blocked in front. Kelly tried to send it across. It pinballs out of the zone. And LaBelle after it. He'll turn it, tip right back in. As that would have sent on down the ice, and McBurney will leave it there. With 1 minute to go in the Georgia Power play. Coming into this game, 20% even on the power play for the River Dragons, 74% on the kill for the Seawolves. Columbus looking to move this one ahead, chipping it into the left wing corner. Underwood trying to get in after it, spun off the glass, and ends up out at center again. Rogers lost it in his skates, turns around for it. Yelensky's putting it over to the right side. Petrantonio at the line, carries in. He's tied up at the line, gave it up, and now a shorthanded breakaway. Moving up to the left side, here's Wong, aim of the shot. McBurney the save. Rebound to the near side corner. Big shorthanded stop for McBurney. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage for Columbus. They carry in. Petrantonio right side, wraps it in front slot. Doa backhand, that missed on the stick side. Petrantonio on his skates. He'll leave it off at the point. Time ticking down, and now the power play's over. Frazier with a shot blocked on the way through. Puck stays in. Here's Aldworth wheeling behind the net with it. Aldworth in the corner. Fights off a bump. And now Seawolves trying to move it away to center. 2-on-2 they attack. Right wing moving in. Here's a shot. McBurney, a glove save on the wrister from Karanchi, and he'll hold on. 6:55 gone here in the first. 2-0 River Dragons in the lead. We're right back with more Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Fall projects piling up on your property? You still have to borrow a tractor from your buddies? It's time to get your own John Deere from SunSouth. We'll help you find the right tractor with implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires November 30, 2022.
River Dragons hockey is more fun in a group. Come celebrate your birthday, anniversary, reunion, and more. Get 10 or more people together to enjoy the best available seating, a special VIP entrance, group recognition at the game, a visit from Scorch or Torch, and more. Plus, you can add on options like Chuck-a-Pucks, souvenir hats or pucks, and even a team gear shopping spree. Groups of 30 or more get a post-game photo on the ice. Group perks are only available through the River Dragons office by calling 706-507-4625.
Back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you, and they didn't like that face-off. Let's do it again to the right of Bailey McBurney. Not quite 7 minutes into this opening frame. 2-0 Columbus has the lead. And I told you earlier, Jay Krupp now 7-game point scoring streak with an assist on the Thomas Aldworth goal. And he's got 6 assists, 10 points over his last 7 games. So the hottest stick on the River Dragons right now belongs to Jay Krupp. And after a couple of boarded face-off attempts, they do get the puck down. And now a chance in front. That one off a broken stick. And right now Columbus back on its heels a little bit here. And they do manage to clear the puck out. Puck flipped towards the line. It did not make it out of the zone. And now centering feed. That one is taken away. Boy, Mississippi is struggling a little bit in the puck possession end here. They're trying to up the physical ante, which I understand, as far as trying to actually make something happen here. But boy, oh boy, you don't want to do it at the expense of hanging your goalie out to dry or having a little bit of a defensive miscue here. Bush Anderson after the puck in the Seawolves end. It's chipped past Vanelli. And out with speed up the right wing side. Seawolves trying to drive in. McBurney the save, holding the left post there. Falenga didn't have anywhere to go. Storgeham with the backhand, tipped at the line, not out. Falenga keeping it in. Sends it behind the net. Centering feed right up the slot. No one there for it. Pace holds it in at the line. Over Falenga one time and a glove save. McBurney snags that one out of the air. Nice play by Pace right over to the dot, and Falenga didn't hesitate on the near side, just let it rip. But McBurney over to his left, able to make the stop. Hangs on. So the first goal, we told you they did add an assist to Storjahan. But right now, just Aldworth from Krupp on that second goal. There's a shot coming in for the point. Tip, puck down low. Nice stop. McBurney at the right post. Got it with a paddle of the stick. Here's Bush Anderson sending it in from the point. Greco over there. Trying to knock his man off. Stays on the right side. Centering feed. That shot is wide. Pinballs behind the net. Yevdokimov trying to dance free puck in front. And McKittrick couldn't come up with it. Shoved behind the net by Underwood. Left side, here's LaBelle onto the right wing. River Dragons through center as it's dumped in. Doe will get to the puck first behind the Mississippi net. Underwood feeding the right point. Rogers' long shot floats high. Off a stanchion, kicks to the near dot. Doe into the slot. A bouncing puck rolls all the way. Now sent to the point. Right wing, there's a shot. That one tipped in behind the net as well. Doe immediately on it. Try to feed it near side, and that one is jammed to the glass. McKittrick almost turned it over to Aldworth. And the Seawolves trying to go back the other way with it here. They'll dump it in, and McBurney will settle as Krupp swings by. And out the right wing side, Krupp will chip it to himself to center. And it's turned right back in. McBurney slowing it down into that near corner for Rogers. 9.5 minutes gone here in the first period. 2-0 your score. River Dragons in the lead. First of 3 consecutive games between these two teams. Tonight and tomorrow here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. And then back Saturday night in Columbus at the Civic Center. Tom Callahan here with you in the Harvey Lumber Press Box. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Back in comes Mississippi with a chance. McBurney, a save. Rebound, paddle behind the net. Wick line on it. Up the near wall towards Krupp. Krupp gets put into the wall from behind, and that is going to draw a penalty. And a fight. Here comes Ozelich over, and he immediately starts throwing him in on Philip Wong. And Ozelich, big right in there, and down goes Wong. Ozelich did not like the hit from behind on his player. 9:59 to go here in the first. Columbus has a 2-0 lead. We'll take a break and tell you about the penalties when we return. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Columbus, Georgia is considered by some as the hockey town of the South, boasting pro hockey since 1996. But 80 years before that first puck drop, another Chattahoochee Valley favorite got its start, Piggly Wiggly. Come on down to find a great selection of fresh meats and produce for your family's next meal or your next tailgate. We're proud to root for the hometown River Dragons because we've been the hometown team since forever. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street.
Are fall projects piling up on your property? You still have to borrow a tractor from your buddies? It's time to get your own John Deere from SunSouth. We'll help you find the right tractor with implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires November 30, 2022.
9:59 to go here in the first period. 2-0. River Dragons in the lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. And Tom Callahan here with you in the Harvey Lumber Press Box. Still don't have any penalty times up on the clock here. If I were going to guess, it really depends whether they're going to end up giving Wong for the initial hit. But we may end up 5-on-5 if we end up with a situation when it looks like we are 5-on-5. So Ozelich probably got a 2 for instigating in there. We'll let him announce it here in just a moment. But if he picks up the 2 for instigating, that would probably negate the 2 for boarding. That would have been the initial call there. So we'll pick that up here in just a moment. We are skating 5-on-5 here. And a shattered stick and a shot. Here's the call.
5 minutes for fighting. For Columbus, number 13, enters Ozelich. 2 minutes for instigating and 5 minutes for fighting. Both penalties come to 10-01.
So there you go. That is exactly what happened. 2 for boarding, 5 for fighting, and then 2 for instigating for Ozo, 5 for fighting. And that is how we are still 5-on-5. McBurney out to play it, skips it off the glass and out of the zone. Turned right back in. Seawolves go to regroup here. They'll move it up on the left side. Bring in is Raleigh. Raleigh dislodged right inside the line. Puck back to center once again. Seawolves step back in, looking to set something up here. Right pointer Susi feeding into the right wing corner. Trying to step free over there is Costello. Battling for it on the near side. Backhands it to the right point. Susi shot through traffic wide. McKittrick to the left half wall. Left point shot there by Pace. Block comes out of the zone. Petrantonio fights through a check. He's up 1-on-2. Petrantonio tried to drag through the skates. Lost the handle. Puck into the corner. Frazier sending it over to the right side. Vanelli's wrister. Save made. Puck free in front. Clearing attempt. Not out yet. Vanelli keeping it in. Vanelli a wrist shot. Solid blocker save there by Wyrick. The rebound ends up with Susi. His lead ahead. And now the Seawolves attacking. Evdokimov in with a backhand. And a blocker save there from Bailey McBurney. As it's chopped off the dasher and back down the ice. Setting it back up at center. Here's Pace. Pace will walk it in. That one is offside. That was fairly obvious there. 7:49 to go in the first. We get the whistle. 2-0 River Dragons. If your sides are a little off, check out Old School Barber Shop online at oldschoolbarbershoppe.com. And you can book online anytime. Also, book appointments 24/7 through their Facebook and Instagram. Barr able to win that draw back, and that one will be sent in from center. Ends up Rogers. Gave it up, though, as the pass is deflected, but nice job there by LaBelle with the stick to negate that shot attempt. Krupp turning it right back up, and River Dragons trying to break on through, but Aldworth lost it. Now right back. Here they come. LaBelle fell, ran into his own man, but fortunately, Jay Krupp had his head up on that one, filled in for his defenseman, intercepted the pass, and got rid of it. That was a real good heads-up play there. Back in come the Seawolves on the right side. Now LaBelle with a poke check to knock it away. River Dragons quickly up the left side. Krupp stops over the line, feeding it on to the right side. Streaking down the slot, unable to hang on to it was Wickline. Now Payne ends up with it at center. He'll send it around the rim. McBurney just lets it go. And now the River Dragons on the regroup here. At center is Kelly. Kelly ahead. King moving in. Storjahan going to the net. Tried to feed it to him, and they just failed to connect on the pass. A little too far ahead. Rogers will loop it back. Greco backing up at his own end. Quickly got it back to Rogers. Rogers up through the seam at center. Pass tipped on. Didn't reach Storjahan. Cut off by Evdokimov. He gets it back on the wall. Check over there by Greco on Costello. And the chance send back up the left side, and ahead comes Columbus. Storjahan trying to leave it off in some space. King pushing down. Puck pinballs into the slot. Cleared back out. Dumped in by the River Dragons. They're going to go wholesale on the change here. And moving up, Petrantonio on the forecheck. Puck was dumped past him. Ends up with Greco at his own line, feeding it ahead. Here's Doe cutting into the backhand. Doe backhand to the forehand. Couldn't get a shot off. Might have gone off the right pad of Wyrick inadvertently there as he tried to stick handle through. So now Columbus stepping back in again. Nice job to keep it onside, but they lost possession of the puck. And that allows the Seawolves to regroup. The pass tipped over to the near side, intercepted by Doe. Doe into the slot, wanted to get it to Underwood. It was tipped from him. And Karam's back out to center. Eppright will drive it in. This time McBurney out to leave it behind the net. Now he likes to play it. Feeling a little forecheck pressure. Greco up the wall, getting it along to Doe. Doe has to chase it to center. Susi turning it back for the Seawolves. 5:10 to go here in the first. 2-0 your score. River Dragons in the lead. Columbus, left side drive, Aldworth in behind the D to the forehand, and the shot missed the net, and then he ran into the goaltender. And Wyrick is down, and Aldworth's still down. He's getting up, and a couple of Seawolves came over right away, and Aldworth goes over to grab his stick, and maybe something to say to Wyrick there, who lost his blocker in the collision. See if Wyrick's okay. They're going to get the trainer out there. So with 5 minutes left to go here in period number 1, it's 2-0 in favor of the River Dragons. Now Wyrick is back up on his skates. Looks like he's going to be all right. We'll tell you about it when we come back. There's more Columbus River Dragons hockey in just a moment.
Are fall projects piling up on your property? You still have to borrow a tractor from your buddies? It's time to get your own John Deere from SunSouth. We'll help you find the right tractor with implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires November 30, 2022.
For Beam, community isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. We believe that when we care together, work together, and even cheer for our favorite teams together, we are closer to what counts. Beam has been improving the way we connect since 1964, not just with technology, but with our communities and with each other, because at Beam, community is not just a place, it's the way we do business. Beam, bringing East Alabama more. It's in our name.
Back in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you. 5 minutes even left to go in period number 1. 2-0 your score. Blake Wyrick is okay. He's going to stay in a hockey game after getting run into by Thomas Alworth, who is also okay. No penalties or anything like that coming out of it. Face-off will be to the left of Wyrick, is bringing attention to the fact that the post is off to his left. Back here in the SunSouth John Deere first period. Tom Callahan with you in the Harvey Lumber press box. Thanks for joining us here on Thanksgiving night. The only game in the FPHL tonight is this one right here. And only a couple of games going on in other leagues. Light night for the American League, East Coast League, SPHL. Not a lot of hockey action tonight. Of course, on a day traditionally dominated in sports by the NFL. Right side, here's Costello pushing into the Columbus end. That one is chipped off his stick. Puck ends up back with LaBelle sending it around the rim. And on the right side, it's Vanelli. Vanelli cutting along his own line. At center, he'll dump it in from there. No icing. Vanelli goes up to get it himself. Chasing it behind the net. Bumps Bush Anderson. Puck coughed up in front. A shot. Wyrick, a right pad save on Krupp. Boy, a big giveaway there. Puck ends up in on the Columbus bench. Hey, nice catch right there by Brendan Colgan, who looks resplendent in his brand new white pads. Face-off will come back out at center here. Lucas Helland is annoyed at somebody, everybody. And if you've been paying attention to the series this year, you know that Helland is the straw that stirs the drink for the Seawolves. He is not afraid to mix it up with anyone. And now Greco has to go off the ice here. And he's going to be followed by the trainer for the Mississippi Seawolves. So maybe a little repairs there for Michael Greco. With 4:23 left to go in this first period. Well, right now it's a comfortable 72 degrees here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. If the temperature in your home isn't comfortable, call Air Force Heating and Air. Pushing it ahead, Storjahan off the faceoff, tried to walk in but was thwarted on his way through the slot. Puck sent to center, and now a chance left side. Here's Barr pushing into the corner, peels up the far wall. Left point, puck just sent deep, tipped right up the slot, knocked away by Jelenskis. A bouncer gets to the line but not out. Held in there by Helland. Ends up in the far side corner. Reversed around, and now King will come back down low. Send it around to Rogers, hopped over his stick. Jelenski's waiting for it on the wall. Takes the hit, gets it to Storjahan, but it's kept in by Mississippi. Working pretty hard on the forecheck here. Bouncer over to the far side. Frazier will try the right wing, and he gets knocked down in the corner. There's a lead left side. Storjahan, did he get the tip on it? They say no, but no icing here. As quickly having to move it ahead is Payne. Now on the left side, cut off at the line there was Karanchi, but the puck carries on. In behind the net, Seawolves still with it. A centering feed ends up at the right point. Pace a shot, and a glove save there by McBurney. They'll hold on with 3:16 to go in the first. River Dragons hockey is more fun in a group. Come celebrate your birthday, anniversary, reunion, and more. You get 10 or more people together, you get best available seating, special VIP entrance, group recognition at the game, a visit from Scorch or Torch, and more. Plus, there's add-on options like Chuck-a-Pucks, souvenir hats and pucks, or even a team gear shopping spree. Groups of 30 or more, you get a post-game photo on the ice. Group perks are only available through the River Dragons office. Give us a call, 706-507-4625. 507-GOAL. But to book your group, you're going to have to wait till Monday because we're closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. But that doesn't mean we're not playing hockey. Playing hockey tonight, tomorrow night. A little Black Friday action for you. There's a chance in. That is ripped to the glass over top of the net by Karanchi. Puck ends up to the near side. Seawolves really trying to get something going here. Just under 3 to go in this first period. It's 2-0 Columbus. But Bailey McBurney's had to make a couple of stops. At center, here's Doe. Swings it up the right side. Pass a little too far. Was sent right back out to center. And pushing up, here's Petrantonio. Moving into the wing with a shot, and that went into the breadbasket of Wyrick. He will hold on. 2:24 to go here in the opening frame. Face-off will be to the left of the Seawolves net. And don't forget, coming up in just a little bit, we've got our Chick-fil-A first intermission report and a chat with Josh Petrantonio, captain of this River Dragons team. Joe Pace over talking to the referee about something. He gets confirmation that he was seeking. The draw on the dot, and that one, a shot blocked. Yevdokimov tried to take off, and he stepped right on the stick of Krupp and went for a flying leap on the ice there. But Mississippi does break out. Costello in with a shot, and he ripped it high to the glass. Bush Anderson to the point, knocked down. Now 2-on-1 for the River Dragons if they hurry. Well, Allworth is going to turn it into a breakaway. He's in. He's hooked up. Tries to put it in. He does. Allworth scores anyway. A massive hook on Thomas Allworth didn't deter him at all. He still managed to get the shot away, goes to the forehand, tucks it in past the left pad of the goaltender Wyrick, and it's 3-0 River Dragons. Then right after that, Wyrick goes over to the glass to celebrate and got teed up by the ref, so he's got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty with 2:02 to go in the period. Allworth has a second of the frame. $17:58 time of the goal, $17:58 time of the penalty. The referee did not like the way he went over to the glass there, I guess, and I thought perhaps there were River Dragons fans down there. I thought he was celebrating with River Dragons fans, but maybe not. Also, the other thing about that, the speed of Thomas Allworth was crazy. Coming down that right side, I said 2-on-1 developing. Allworth could care less. He just took off. And now we're getting a goaltending change. And Wyrick is coming out. And so 17:58, and the hook is given to Wyrick. Let's pick up the call of the goal here. Calling it unassisted. And so seven saves on 10 shots for Wyrick, and he's on the hook for it. There's a chance in on McBurney. He makes a glove save. Rebound fought off to the corner. And right now, shorthanded opportunity here. Columbus, there's a shot that was blocked inadvertently off a Seawolves player in front. And the penalty kill brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Personal loans at the speed of life. That tip down into the River Dragon zone as Frazier will frisbee it on down the ice. Doe steps up on the forecheck, and he forces the new goaltender Greg Harney into the game to come out and play it. Wyrick lifted, 7 minutes, 58 seconds, 7 saves on 10 shots. It is 3-0 River Dragons. And now the puck intercepted at center, fed back. Frazier will find a seam, and he'll send it down. The penalty kill has been exceptional for the River Dragons this year, 93% on the kill. 26 on the power play for the Seawolves, not bad. A little better than 1 out of every 4. That's a pretty good power play mark, but boy, the River Dragons kill has just been tremendous. They'll bank it on down the ice once again as Columbus does not let Mississippi set up. 25 seconds to go. 22 in the power play for Mississippi. So if Columbus can get to the end of the frame here, they'll go back to 5-on-5. Dumped in. McBurney slows it down behind the net, but it rolled off his stick. Far corner. Banked up to the left point by Karanchi. Sent over to the near dot. Susi has to corral. He's running out of time. Set it in front. McBurney save. Rebound chance. McBurney the save again. Puck at the side of the net. Picked up and cleared by Columbus, and that's it for the period. So that successful penalty kill brought to you by Abercrombie Bonding as they're able to spring Thomas Aldworth from the box after that unsportsmanlike conduct call at the very end of the period. But that's a big one right there, and an even bigger goal to make it 3-0 here, and a change in goaltenders for the Mississippi Seawolves as Coach Phil Esposito trying to do something to shake this team awake. But right now, the River Dragons own that first period, and boy, they'd love to continue here into the second and see if they can pick up the 3 points here tonight at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. They're off to a pretty good start. We'll tell you about it when we come back with our Chick-fil-A first intermission report. Coming up on the other side of the break is a chat with Captain Josh Petrantonio. A look at the Elmo zipping out of town scoreboard and inside the numbers and more coming your way in just a moment. 20 minutes in, 3-0. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $50 off electrical repairs.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8 Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Columbus, Georgia is considered by some as the hockey town of the South, boasting pro hockey since 1996. But 80 years before that first puck drop, another Chattahoochee Valley favorite got its start, Piggly Wiggly. Come on down to find a great selection of fresh meats and produce for your family's next meal or your next tailgate. We're proud to root for the hometown River Dragons because we've been the hometown team since forever. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
While the River Dragons handle pests on the ice, Orkin takes care of rodents and pests at your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Orkin creates a custom pest plan specifically for you. Orkin can help eliminate and control mice, bed bugs, ants, roaches, stinging insects, and cockroaches, just to name a few. Remember, they're not happy until you're happy, so visit Orkin.com for a free estimate and trust the only pest control service the Dragons trust, Orkin. Now, if they could just control sea wolves and thunderbirds.
Welcome back here in the first period intermission. We're joined by Captain Josh Petrantonio. And Petro, Thanksgiving here against the Mississippi Seawolves. And first, just wanted to ask you, what are you thankful for?
Thankful for health, happiness, good friends and family, and just the opportunity to play hockey every day for a living.
It seems like you guys are having a lot of fun. You talk about playing this game every day for a living. I mean, it's hard not to have fun when you're winning.
Yeah, we got the best job in the world. I don't care who you talk to, but everything seems to be going right for us right now. The balance are going our way, and we just kind of need to build on it and keep the momentum rolling.
And talk about that weekend series we just came out of with Port Huron. It was a little bit more of a test, I think, maybe than we faced this season.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a good team. They got a lot of veterans there. They run a pretty tight system there. I think we didn't play as well Friday as we did Saturday, and the results might look a little different. But I think Saturday we played a complete game, and Boom was preaching puck management to us, and I think we did a good job of kind of limiting our turnovers and where we turn the puck over. So it was good.
No real secrets with this Mississippi Seawolves team, though. You guys have already seen them a bunch of times. What do you see every time you go out there?
They're a super skilled team. They've had some unfortunate luck lately. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. So we're going to have our work cut out for us this weekend.
All right. Petro, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
All right. Back with more of the first period intermission in just a moment.
The team 3 times in a row. So we're going to have our work cut out for us this weekend.
All right. Petro, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
All right. Back with more of the first period intermission in just a moment.
Complete Tire and Service, located at 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus, is the perfect place to take care of everything your vehicle needs. From preventive maintenance to alignments, brakes, oil changes, and more, your friends at Complete Tire and Service have you covered. Need tires? Buy 3, get 1 free for passenger vehicles. Call 706-321-8133 to set up your appointment. 321-8133. Complete Tire and Service on the web at ctstires.com.
Hydrolife Therapy in Old Town is your one-stop recovery shop to get you back to 100%. With IV therapy treatments, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. Hydrolife treatments are packed with nutrients to increase energy and boost your immune system. Join the IV League today for the most affordable way to feel better, look better, and start accomplishing more. Online at hydrolifetherapy.com/Columbus. Hydrolife Therapy. Start living your best life.
Inside Edge season ticket memberships are now available for the 22-23 Columbus River Dragons season. The Inside Edge gives you exclusive access to team events with players, promotional giveaways, merchandise discounts, ticket priority for select Civic Center events, and River Dragons playoffs, plus ticket exchange privileges and more. Call 706-507-GOAL, 706-507-4625 to score your Inside Edge membership today.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo's Zip-In. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We're proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Back in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, the chicken dance is in full swing. Always a good time when you're doing the chicken dance. I know Scott Brand, by the way, sending out get well wishes to Scott Brand, who planned to join us at least for the first half of this road trip here to Mississippi, but unfortunately Scott's a little under the weather. So Scott, we hope you feel better soon. Stick to the chicken soup or maybe the turkey soup, I guess. And hope you feel better soon and are back at 100%. Scott, though, the reason I bring up Scott, besides the fact that I want to wish him well, is I don't think he's a fan of the chicken dance. I don't know how you can not be a fan of the chicken dance, but I don't think he is. Although, maybe after you've heard it for the 150th time, I don't know. I'm still cool with it. Anyway. 3-0 here. And this one's getting away from me. And the Chick-fil-A first intermission report. Thanks for joining me. Tom Callahan here in the Harvey Lumber press box. Before we get to our Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard, let's take a look inside the numbers here from that opening frame. And we find that Columbus, 3 goals, and really jumped on the board quick, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the River Dragons heading into this game here tonight. 2:47 into the first, Michael Greco gets on the score sheet with an assist from Kelly and Storjahan. That even strength goal was followed about 2.5 minutes later, 4:16, as the first of two for Thomas Aldworth on the night. Jay Krupp with the assist. And with that assist, Krupp now ends up in a situation where he has a 7-game point streak going. 10 points over that streak. 6 of those are assists. And that one at 4:16 made it 2-0. Then, later in the period, kind of a weird situation the way this one breaks out. But pass through center found Aldworth, who breaks in alone, scores by deking out the goaltender Blake Wyrick, tucks it in past his left pad at 17:58 for a second of the period. Makes it 3-0. Aldrich then goes over to celebrate at the glass. And again, I thought perhaps maybe down there in the end zone there were some River Dragons fans or something, and that's why he picked where he went to celebrate. But he got an unsportsmanlike penalty. Celebrating the goal. I don't think I've ever seen that. But so then the River Dragons had to kill that one off. They did, and they end up now back at 5-on-5, 20 minutes in, and up by a 3-0 count. Shots on goal favored the hometown Mississippi Seawolves 14-10 in that period, and both teams finished the period 0-for-1 on the power play. Now, as I mentioned, Blake Wyrick got the hook after that third goal, and so he finishes with 17 minutes, 58 seconds on the books, allowing 3 goals on 10 shots against. Greg Harney entered the contest, did not face a shot on goal, but Mississippi went right to the power play for all but the 2 remaining seconds of the period. So, makes sense that Harney was not really tested at that point of the game. So, we'll see what happens with that when we come back here. But the goaltending switch made by the Seawolves and Coach Phil Esposito's trying to find a way to get something going for his hockey club. All right, let's look at the Zelmos zip-in out-of-town scoreboard. Zelmos has been fueling life's passions since 1999. We're the only game in the FPHL tonight, and as I mentioned, 3-0, 20 minutes into it in favor of Columbus. There is no action in the NHL, but there is action in the National Football League. So as we take a look at what's going on, the only game left this evening on this Thanksgiving Day is the Vikings and Patriots. 7-7 with about 5.5 to go in the first quarter of that one. Finals from earlier today in Detroit. The Bills pull it out late over the Lions, 28-25. And the Cowboys improved 8-3 with a 28-20 win over the New York Giants. So that's a look at your Zelmos zip-in out-of-town scoreboard. And now with a 3-0 lead, the River Dragons here trying to maybe keep that momentum going here, coming off the successful penalty kill, and then they'll be coming back out into period number 2 and hopefully be able to kind of get things back in gear. It's been a little bit testy out there already. And keep in mind, again, 3-3 nights, it's not going to get any less testy between these teams. So you kind of, if you're Columbus right now, one of your most important points you could possibly make is discipline. Don't get away from your game plan. Don't get sucked into unnecessary penalties. Don't retaliate. You know Mississippi is going to devolve into chaos if you score a couple more goals because it's a frustrated team. They've given up a few lately. They've lost 4 in a row. They're kind of trying to find the positives right now, but they're also trying to drag you down with them. Columbus's job is to not sink to that level here and try to keep things exactly where the River Dragons need it, and that's forechecking successfully, playing hard and winning those puck battles along the walls, and just making sure that the Seawolves are not able to take advantage of them by any stretch. Just don't let them get under your skin. That's the recipe not only for the second period, but the entire rest of the weekend series. 3-0 River Dragons after 1 period of play. That is it for our Chick-fil-A first intermission report. We'll step aside when we come back. Second period action on deck for the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. 3-0. Hey, the good guys in the lead. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Hey guys, this is Mike Costello of the Mike Costello Law Firm.
It's Rick Willis of the Mike Costello Law Firm.
Did you know that car accidents are the #1 case of injuries in the U.S.? So if you find yourself in a car wreck,
call or text me at 844-GET-MIKE or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com.
Do yourself a favor and I hope that you learn. Been in the wreck, call a Mike Costello Law Firm.
So if you've been injured, please give us a call.
Let's have a conversation.
Michael G. Costello, 1301 First Avenue, Suite 101, Columbus, 31901.
For Beam, community isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. We believe that when we care together, work together, and even cheer for our favorite teams together, we are closer to what counts. Beam has been improving the way we connect since 1964, not just with technology, but with our communities and with each other, because at Beam, community is not just a place, it's the way we do business. Beam, bringing East Alabama more. It's in our name.
Columbus Diagnostic Center, the area's clear choice for diagnostic imaging. CDC Northside features the area's first and only 3T MRI, the most powerful MRI available, and our new 64-slice CT scanner, cutting-edge imaging that's available at both locations. For over 30 years, patient comfort, lower costs, and uncompromising dedication remain our top priority. Clearer results for a more accurate diagnosis. Columbus Diagnostic Center and CDC Northside. Technology with a human touch.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com. or call 706-324-6661.
Back at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you as we're just a couple minutes away from getting it underway in our Kinetic Credit Union second period of play. Thanks for joining me here, broadcasting live from the Harvey Lumber Press Box, high above the ice surface here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. And Harvey Lumber, a proud sponsor of River Dragons hockey, serving the community for over 150 years. Fans, don't forget, your free Fire and Ice digital program for every home game is available online at rdragons.com. Or if you have one of the folios, if you've been to a game already this year and you picked up the game notes in the building, there's a QR code in there that you can scan as well to get the digital program. River Dragons hockey is also brought to you in part by Country Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of the River Dragons. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Columbus River Dragons. Zelmo Zip-In, the official fuel provider of the Columbus River Dragons. Air Force Heating and Cooling, the official heating and air company of the River Dragons. And Wade Cleaners, the official cleaners of Scorch and Torch. So, while we were away at break, Michael Greco returned from getting some medical attention and headed back across to the River Dragons locker room. So he looks like he is fixed up and will be ready to go here for period number 2. As the River Dragons return to the ice to some mild booing from the Mississippi faithful, which you wouldn't expect anything less. But it will indeed be Greg Harney out there to start period number 2 for the Seawolves team after Wyrick was lifted at the end of period number 1, 2 minutes shy of the end, I should say, after giving up that third goal of the period. And Mississippi went right on to the power play because after Aldrich scored, he picked up an unsportsmanlike penalty. But now the interesting thing is going to be seeing how these teams come out, because Mississippi didn't pick up a lot of momentum off that power play. They did generate a couple chances, but certainly nothing where the Seawolves would leave the ice and make you think, oh, they put it together there. So they need to put it together here in the second period. So I'm keen to see the start not so much from the River Dragons. I think Columbus has weathered the forecheck storm pretty well from Mississippi, who at times have thrown 2 guys deep at them. But really, for the Seawolves here, this could be a big moment in dictating how the rest of this hockey game goes, depending on how they're going to come out and attack the River Dragons to start things out. So here we go. Seawolves control the draw. They try to dump it in. Barr turns it on goal, and McBurney just covers. Electing to slow it down right away, feeling the pressure from those blue jerseys. Face-off will be to the right of McBurney. One back into the corner, and LaBelle will move it around on the wall. Puck not out, though. Kelly in the corner, feeding it back behind the net. Here's Greco up the middle, just floats it out to center. Chasing it down is Bush Anderson. He'll wheel in front of his own net and leave it off now for his defensive partner. Just 30 seconds gone in the second period. Columbus has a 3-0 lead, 2 goals from Thomas Aldworth. Here's Greco chasing the puck back into his own end. He'll send it up that near side. Down it goes again. Pace chasing, no icing. King swings wide on the forecheck. Lead pass through center is tipped, ends up back with Rogers, and his quick return. Right wing side, Storjahan will dump it in. River Dragons are changing over that top line. Fed to the left point. Here's Ozelinch walking in with a wrist shot. That one is blocked. And the puck cleared away to center. Falanga with it. He'll feed it back towards the D. Pace has to wheel it back into his own end. Feed it across ice. Pass for Falanga, tipped on, ends up on the right wing side. Karanji moving in with it. His shot, he scores! He rips a wrist shot low to the blocker side on McBurney. And 1:19 into the second period. Mississippi's got life. Just the second goal of the year for Matt Karanci. 1:19 into the second period. That is exactly the start the Seawolves needed. Let's take a quick 10-second break along the network for station identification. River Dragons trying to go back to the attack, and now we get a penalty coming up against Mississippi. Raleigh picks up the assist, but the penalty coming up. Here's the whistle blows. It's going to be a hooking call against the Seawolves, and so Columbus will pick up a power play here. It's second Georgia power play of the contest. It comes exactly 2 minutes into the period. And that is Joe Pace into the box. Face-off will be to the right of Harney. And quickly, Columbus controlling the puck. Right point, Frazier, wrist shot, save Harney, rebound, they score! Jay Krupp takes the rebound off the blocker of Harney and just tucks it past his left pad. 8 seconds into the power play, the River Dragons respond. It's 4-1. Nice to see the River Dragons convert on the early power play chance here and build that 3-goal lead right back up. Krupp with a goal and an assist in the game now. That's his 5th goal of the season. 2:09 time of the marker. Boy, you gotta love to see that if you're the River Dragons. Krupp parked on that near side of the net. There was nobody near him. Nobody took him out. He had all day to work with that rebound. And the puck in on McBurney will cover. Definitely not an unassisted goal, but that's the way they're calling it right now. But we'll pick up some helpers on that in a little bit for you. Face-off will be coming up here to the right of Bailey McBurney. Teammates went right out and got that one back for him. Well, you got to love that if you're a goaltender, especially one that battles as hard as McBurney does. Your teammates say, hey, we're going to pick you up. Then they get a power play, and they do just that. King back into the right side. The other thing that really does is it just really kind of puts the stopper in the bottle on the Seawolves' momentum. Mississippi now trying to dig out of its own zone. A big hit there. Stepping up for the point. Greco knocks his man off the puck, but it continues on left side. Wong with a shot. Right pad save McBurney. Rebound cleared to the line. Not out. Held in. Shot through traffic. Missed the net. Payne was trying to find a seam and just couldn't hit the cage with it. Dumped back down. Greco all the way up on the forecheck. Payne shoulders him off. Left side, now here's Falenga bringing it ahead for Mississippi. Falenga in with a wrist shot. McBurney scoops up with the mitt, and he hangs on. He'll grab a stoppage here. 3:18 into the second period. Already 2 goals scored in the second period, and 1 for each team. 4-1 River Dragons in the lead. The second period presented by Kinetic Credit Union. Drawn to the right of McBurney. Well, they're going to throw Underwood out of said draw. Petrantonio stepping in for it. Puck down, tied up in the circle. They kick away at it. Ends up at the left point. Bush Anderson shot, and again, McBurney will just scoop it up off the ice and hang on. In no real hurry to move it, nor should he be. Draw back to his right once again. This time Underwood will get a chance back in across from McKittrick again. And he will win the draw back. Ozelinch around the wall with it. Right point puck kept in by Susie. His shot tipped on goal. Save McBurney. Rebound up the slot. Pulled away by Doe. Doe to the right wing. Petrantonio picks it up off the dasher. Trying to drive the net. He'll end up rubbed out in behind the play by Bush Anderson. Looking for a little bit of help over there. Doe to the slot. Quick shot. Save, mate. And the rebound diving out to handle is Harney. The shot came so quickly from Underwood, it just hit Harney. He had no idea where it went when it came off his body. And then he located it, dove on it to his right. Oh, what a quick release from Underwood, though. Face-off back to the right of the Seawolves net. And it's pushed into the corner. Seawolves to work it around the wall, and Vanelli unable to keep it in, but the puck pushed back in by Krupp. Oh, they say onside. Now in front, here's Allworth, the chance of the hat trick. He couldn't get it to go. Puck sent to the line. Vanelli keeps it on the blue line. Left side, here's Krupp trying to kick it in front. Allworth centering feed, knocked away in front. Payne takes it away. Now on the left side, Barr runs into Vanelli. Puck sent deep into the Columbus end. Krupp absorbs the bump, gets it around. Frazier to Allworth. Allworth, a little chip into space right side, Wick line, but Allworth picked it up. Allworth trying to walk the D to the backhand, and he is stood up on the way to the corner by Pace. Ripped around to the right point, and over the stick of Vanelli, he's got a chase to center. Offside whistled at the Mississippi line as Allworth touched it up. And are they saying this is intentional? No, they're going to drop it in front of the Seawolves line. That offside brought to you by Old School Barbershop, online at oldschoolbarbershoppe.com. Book online anytime or 24/7 as well through their Facebook and Instagram. Greco is actually going to go in and take the face-off here just outside the blue line. He scoots it back, and King back there waiting for it. He'll move it across, and that'll be led ahead on the left side. Greco moving up with it. Greco wheels in over the line, lost it at the line, and it's pushed back. So Greco's playing up front on this shift while King plays defense. Here's a chance in the slot. A shot right pad save. McBurney rebound in front is scooped away by Storjahan. He'll stretch it through center. Left wing side. River Dragons have to pull up. King on the left side looking for Storjahan over there. King in the corner. Sends it around the rim. LaBelle over to the right side. Greco. Right wing. In behind the net it goes. Storjahan backhand wraparound right through the crease out the other side. Storjahan on his own rebound. Cycles. King in front. Pushing it. Wanted Kelly. Pass blocked. Kelly fighting for it back on the far side. And he does end up with possession. Sent back behind the net. King centers up top. Storjahan scores! Alex Storjahan puts it bar down. What a shot there. Great feed in front from King. Storjahan found space by the far dot, was able to get free. Makes no mistake with a shot. 5-1 River Dragons. That was a goal scorer's goal right there. King and Kelly should pick up the helpers on that one. 5:38 time of the goal. And for Storjahan, his team leading 8th goal of the season. The storyline is not improving for the Seawolves, but it looks pretty good right now if you're a River Dragons fan.
Columbus goal is scored by number 4, Alex Yorheim. Assisted by number 39, Lane King. That goal comes on 5:38.
Offside again at the Mississippi line. Brought to you by Old School Barbershop. Now we get a little milling around there. But it's time for us to take a quick break. Not quite 6 minutes into the second period. 5-1 River Dragons in the lead. We're back with more Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Inside Edge season ticket memberships are now available for the 22-23 Columbus River Dragons season. The Inside Edge gives you exclusive access to team events with players, promotional giveaways, merchandise discounts, ticket priority for select Civic Center events, and River Dragons playoffs, plus ticket exchange privileges and more. Call 706-507-GOAL, 706-507-4625 to score your Inside Edge membership today.
Back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you as we are in the second period. Brought to you by Kinetic Credit Union. It's now 5-1 River Dragons. And with the goal, Alex Storjahan now has a 3-game point streak in progress. So good to see that for him. And as I mentioned earlier, although if you're just joining us, Jay Krupp now goal and assist tonight, and he has extended his point streak to 7 games for the River Dragons. Also now, Jacob Kelly has a 3-game point streak going as well. So things look pretty good for Columbus right now as they attack again. Doe, slot, Petrantonio shot off shin pads and into the near side corner. Underwood chasing a roller. Far side, he's tied up over there. Doe sends it free to the point. Rogers steps down, scooting to his right in the slot. Wrist shot, Harney save, rebound to the line, out it goes. Back in comes Doe on the right side of the regroup. He'll feed it across. Aldworth over with it. And he tried to chip it into the slot. Aldworth's got 2 in the game. Too many men out there right now. Ooh, River Dragons got away with one. No, they did not. No, they didn't. Too many men against the Columbus River Dragons. 6:56 time of the penalty. So back onto the First Franklin Financial penalty kill. First Franklin Financial personal loans at the speed of life. Jay Krupp will serve the bench minor for too many men. And now to the power play for the Seawolves, who, boy, they could use a power play goal here. They trail the River Dragons 5-1. But Columbus starts off with a kill, sending it on down the ice.
Penalty on the River Dragons.
Bush Anderson will bring it up. Onto the left side. Barr turned it over. It's in there, and Aldworth feeding ahead. Here's Wickline in. Has Aldworth, chips it to him, and it hopped over his stick. Oh, man, tough one there. But the River Dragons still pushing in the shorthanded chance. Aldworth on the left side. And he turns it over at center. Now back the other way. Here comes Mississippi. Feed in front. Barr save. What a stop by McBurney on the redirect in front. Great save by Bailey McBurney to prevent the goal there. Puck to the left point. Barr feeds it over now. He gets it back. There's a shot in. Save McBurney. Paddles a rebound away, but not out of harm's way. Wong tried to center. And McKittrick tied up. Lost it. Puck is banked out of the zone and down the ice by Wickline. Wow. Bailey McBurney had to bail his team out. 45 seconds to go on the man advantage here for Mississippi. McBurney leaves it as it goes behind the net. A chance up the seam left side. A little too far in the lead for Jelenskis, but he'll pursue anyway because Harney has to come out and play it. No icing here in a shorthanded situation. Puck tipped on at the line. Nice play by LaBelle, but he swats at it. Can't clear. Puck ends up on an open wing. Corralled by Mississippi. Caranci at the line, feeding it onto the right wing side. Bush Anderson shot block. Came back to Caranci, but a roller evades him. He had a stick check just enough by Jelenskis. Bush Anderson right point. His shot. Stop made. Rebound in front. Again a stop by McBurney, and now away come the River Dragons. Pushing up short-handed. Storjahan tried to walk the D, could not, but the penalty is over. And now the River Dragons have killed it off. Seawolf step back in. A shot. Left pad saved by McBurney. Jelenskis leaving it on the left side. LaBelle onto the right wing for Krupp. Krupp in over the line. Storjahan with him. Leaves it. Greco. Long shot. Right pad saved by Harney. Rebound into the corner. Is picked up there by Payne. They'll go up the left side. Falenga to carry it away. Fanned on his pass, though. Doe stole it away. Doe has Falenga draped all over him. Has to leave it off to the D. Greco with the lead ahead. That one is deflected. Ends up back in the Seawolves' end. Ends up on the near side boards. Falenga trying to push ahead. Ran into a check from Greco. Puck turned right back. And we get a whistle here and behind the play. And look like a hand pass, maybe? Well, no, they're keeping the face-off inside. Maybe played with a high stick by the River Dragons, perhaps. 15 seconds shy of the halfway mark here at period number 2. 5-1 Columbus in the lead. Tom Callahan here with you in the Harvey Lumber Press Box. The second period presented by Kinetic Credit Union. Aldworth has 2. Jay Krupp a goal and an assist to pace the offense so far in this one. Oza Lynch ends up with the draw win in the near side. Petrantonio chips it up the wall, but not out. Falenga kept it in, and now back of the line. Right side McKittrick. Falenga back to McKittrick. Put it right through the crease out the other side. Pace keeps it in from the point. His shot deflected towards the net, but scooped away to the corner. Rogers, left side. Doe gets it away to center. Pace swings it back up the other side. Underwood steps into the right wing. It's kept in, back to the side of the net. Harney says that's enough. I will hold on to that with 9:38 to go in the second period. Columbus with a 5-1 lead up in the Mississippi Seawolves. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with the Harvey Lumber press box. Face-off coming up to the left of the Mississippi Seawolves goal. 9:38 to go in the second. 5-1. River Dragons in the lead. Draw one back, and Cudmore going to slide it up the right side. And now the Seawolves moving it ahead. Here's McKittrick into the slot with a shot blocked by Vanelli. Rebound came to him. He couldn't get it away. Yevdokimov couldn't get a shot off either, and it's tumbled away to center. Dumped right back in. McBurney will tee it up. And Frazier looks up the left side. Columbus skating it ahead. Here comes Storjahan. Storjahan in. Has King. Leaves it for him. Wrist shot. Fought off by the right shoulder of Harney. Flip towards the left point. Frazier looking for a seam. Wrister. And that one sails wide. Around to the right point. Vanelli steps down to the half boards. Looking to keep the play alive. He does. Sent into the slot. Cutting is Kelly. And he lost the handle on it as it was swept away off the stick there. Nice job by Payne to get low. Yevdokimov back into the left side. Pushed off into the left wing corner. Swung around to the right wing half wall. Cut off there by Wong. Feeds to the point. Shot coming in. McBurney didn't have to make a save. Vanelli blocked it. King moving ahead. Leaves it for Storjahan. In the slot. Down low to King. Backdoor shot. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable tic-tac-toe passing play. And Kelly has the goal that puts the River Dragons up 6-1. Storjahan fed it down after he got it back from King, weaving on the right side. King at the right side post goes backdoor to Kelly. Kelly scores the goal. That's his 6th of the year. With 8:27 to go here in this second period, that was a thing of absolute beauty. Wow. I mean, that's how you draw it up.
The Columbus goal is scored by number 29, Jacob Kelly. Assisted by number 39, Lane King, and number 4, Alex Sheehan. That goal comes in the 11:33 mark of the second period. Columbus goal scored by 29, assisted by 39.
We get the whistle here, and a faceoff will come up outside the Mississippi blue line. 8:08 to go in the second. 6-1 Columbus. And the River Dragons now pass their goals per game average, coming in averaging 5.7 per game. They get to 6. Mississippi will try to dump that one in, a bouncer right in. Greco had to handle it in front of his own net and was able to get that one out to center. Now here's Aldworth pushing on the forecheck. Tips the puck away to himself on the left side, shouldering with Bush Anderson. Bush Anderson recovering, able to push it out of the zone. And the puck ends up in the Seawolves bench. Same two teams are going right back at it tomorrow night here in Mississippi at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. And then again on Saturday night, but that one is back in Columbus. Tickets are on sale now. Check out Ticketmaster.com if you're browsing from the couch or if you're out and about. Especially on Saturday, the box office will be open. You can always stop by. Shot in on McBurney. He just holds on to that. And that was interesting. Karanci came to the front of the net, got a little bit of a shove from LaBelle, but, you know, you're thinking, maybe there's going to be a little bit of pushback here, but there wasn't at all. And I'm looking at that Seawolves bench right now. Everybody is seated, everybody leaning forward. Like, that team is just struggling. They've lost 4 in a row, and now McBurney, a little bit of a timeout for an equipment issue. But, as I said, and even as far back as the pregame coming into this one, but you got a team that's lost 4 in a row. You want to jump on them and take away whatever confidence they might have or might be trying to build the momentum. Columbus has done an excellent job of that. Even when the Seawolves scored, almost immediately thereafter, Columbus went to the power play, and the game went from 3-1 to 4-1. So the River Dragons have done a nice job with it. As right now they manage the breakout. LaBelle behind his own net. Up the left side, here's Aldworth. He's got some speed. He'll carry wide. Working in with Wickline. Aldworth in on goal off the skates of Wickline. And a good save there by Harney on the deflection. Aldworth sends it up top, and it's ripped over top of the net by Krupp. He had a rolling puck. And that one forced over top of the bar, but Wickline cuts it off at center. Now pulled out of the pile. McKittrick trying to move it ahead, and a big collision on the near side wall. As Greco comes over to finish off his man. Now the stretch pass the other way, missed Wickline. The Krupp is in. Harney's got to play it away. No icing would have been there. That would have been a mini 2-on-0. Now the puck ends up back in the Columbus end. LaBelle tried to put it ahead, but hit Krupp in the skates. Storjahan back out there. This Storjahan, King, and Kelly line has been dynamite here tonight. Greco moving it ahead, and now it'll be carried up to the line by Austin Doe. And Storjahan getting a double shift right now. Out here with Doe and Petrantonio. Underwood not out there right now with this unit, which is his normal shift. Cleared to the line and just over. There's Rogers backing up all the way to the Columbus blue line. Now he'll turn it up. Right side, Petrantonio will tip it into the right wing corner. Cudmore over after it, and Seawolves try to escape the zone, but stolen right back. And now Columbus looking to set it up. Petrantonio on the dot. Oh, he just ripped it wide on the stick side. Puck all the way out to center. Ozelinch slowed it down, but couldn't stop it. Rogers leaving it off into the skates. Petrantonio just over the line, delays, feeds it into the high slot. Right side is King. King onto the right wing. Petrantonio covering the right point while Kelly weaves to his left. Kelly all the way along the blue line. Filters it through traffic. Blocker save Harney. Sent around by Kelly. Down for the right point. Petrantonio keeping it alive into the near side corner. Fed back up. Petrantonio shot, and that is sticked out of play by Harney with 5:09 to go in the second period. 6-1 River Dragons here in this Kinetic Credit Union second period. Well, the starting goaltender, Blake Wyrick, didn't fare very well. He got lifted after almost 18 minutes of work in the first period. He gave up 3 on 10 shots. But Greg Harney has not been treated kindly either. He has also surrendered 3. All here in the second period. Aldworth has 2. And Storjahan, King, and Kelly having themselves a night. That line is responsible for 3 of the 6 tonight. Now a big collision, and that one ended up running over the linesman and breaking a stick belonging there to number 10. That was Philip Wong. Linesman's okay. Those guys wear so much less padding than a player. He's all right. Jelinski's in the right side corner to the right half wall, looking high slot, wrist shot, left pad, save Harney, and he's able to freeze it for the whistle. 4:25 to go in the second. 6-1 River Dragons. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
So you've got projects to do around your home. You got Harvey Lumber for that. You've decided to finally get that large deck built in the back for family fun and entertaining like you've been dreaming about for so long. You got Harvey Lumber for that. From replacing a few boards to replacing all the windows to building from the ground up, you've got Harvey Lumber for that. It's kind of like that old saying, there's an app for that. Well, whatever you need in the way of building supplies, there's been a Harvey Lumber for that in the Chattahoochee Valley for over 150 years. Harvey Lumber Company, 815th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
4:25 left to go in this Kinetic Credit Union second period. Tom Callahan here with you. Thank you so much for joining me. 6-1 River Dragons in the lead. The first of 3 in a row, 3-3 nights between the Seawolves and the River Dragons. Games 1 and 2 coming here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, and then back on Saturday for the final of the 3-game set. 7:30 puck drop Eastern time. Puck is at center with Vanelli. He will turn that one in as we approach 4 left to go here in the second period. Seawolves just trying to get out of the zone right now. They do. And they'll break through center. Wheeled up the left side in with a shot. And that one is tipped to the glass there as that wrister let go by Raleigh. The roller back around to the near side. Columbus trying to move it out. It's tipped back to Frejo. The head off the skates of Aldworth. He'll collect it center. Goes left side. A little too far in the lead for Krupp. Krupp following it up, though. Trying to handle it on that left side wall, but turned over. Mississippi will once again pressure through center. Here they come left wing side. Wheeling wide over there is Barr. Looking for a little bit of room. He escapes on the blue line. Feeds it to the right wing side. Wrist shot. That one is wide of the net. Back around comes Petrantonio. His stretch just too far there for Aldworth, who was at the end of his shift. That's an icing call. 3:13 to go in the second. 6-1 River Dragons. Coming up in our Shredaway second intermission report here just a couple of minutes away. We get the Zelmo Zipping Out of Town scoreboard. And a look back at how things have gone so far through the opening 40 minutes of play here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum.
Sam's got a 7th birthday today. Everybody with me say, happy birthday, Sam! Happy birthday.
Face off to the right of McBurney. Is one back to the point, but that shot coming in hit the center. That was Wong. Hit him right in the back. Wong trying to get after it. Sending it around to that far side down for the right point. Bush Anderson holding it in. Ends up around to the near side to Wong. Back behind the net. Falanga looking for help from Wong. And Wong ends up with it out the far side. Scoops it to the right point. Bouncing puck there. Pushed out. And now here's Doe ahead with Petrantonio. 2-on-1. Austin Doe walking it in. Decides to shoot. And he missed on the glove side. Tied up on the right wing. Now Underwood trying to kick at it. Keep the play alive on the wall. Yevdokimov able to get it out to center. Petrantonio turning it back in. Doe was looking past almost until he was on top of the goalie and had his body angled as if he was going to pass to Petrantonio as Greco lays a big check on the near side there as he knocks down Costello. Puck cleared down. That'll be icing. And turned to shoot. Perhaps even a little in tight. Maybe it would have been better going to the deke, but still forced Harney to come out and have to think about it. Unfortunately, the shot goes wide on that glove side. So it remains 6-1. Face off to the left of McBurney after the icing call. And now here's LaBelle pushing over to the near side. He'll pull it back down. Here's Greco on the far side. Takes the bank pass behind the net. Bouncer through center. Kelly hustling, trying to beat out the icing. He does not. We're going to come back down and do it again. Drop the puck in the River Dragons end here. Well, you really don't want to keep throwing the puck down the ice like that. River Dragons tried the stretch. Didn't make it work there. Yevdokimov is gesturing at the linesman. Pace is lined up way over on this side of the ice here on the wall. Maybe they're trying to get a draw over towards him. Kelly is shaded that way, but it doesn't matter because Petrantonio wins the face-off. Dumped in from center by LaBelle. 1:44 and counting to go in the second. Harney out to leave it behind the Seawolves net. Backhand lead ahead here. Ends up off the skates. Yevdokimov on the right wing side. His pass across Costello. Now back Yevdokimov. Leaves it up top. Paces shot. McBurney handles and holds. The rebound falls right in front of him. The butterfly position with 1:25 to go in the second. 6-1. Columbus in the lead.
Can you say it with me, buddy?
Want to say hello to everyone watching this Thanksgiving Day broadcast on WYBU Channel 16. A tremendous media partner of the River Dragons. And you can catch our TV Coaches Show as you may have done right before this broadcast started out, 7 o'clock on Thursdays. The replay 11 a.m. if you miss it on Saturday. Here's a chance down low and a goal for the Seawolves. And that one is put in by Philip Wong, his third of the season. And with 1:12 left to go here in this second period, Mississippi has closed the gap to 6-2. Well, Mississippi's not going to go quietly. No team will. River Dragons win the draw. We'll pick up the call of the goal here in just a moment. But Columbus pushes right back in. King on the right side, in with a wrister. That one is tipped out of play. I get a little bit of chatting behind the net as Storjahan gives an extra slash over there. And that's Helland. And Helland is going to get the mitts off and go with King. Helland trying to wind up the right. King, a couple of short left jabs in there on him. He's got his bucket off. King continues to get the left jabs. And Helland trying to wind up the right. Got King with a right, and they go down to the ice. Well, Lucas Helland is over there doing what he needs to do for the Seawolves team, and that is, again, trying to get something going. And Alex Storjahan is not the guy who's going to drop the mitts with you on a regular basis, but Lane King doesn't mind. So both combatants will head off to their respective locker rooms. Just over a minute to go on the frame. And it looks like they're going to give King an extra 2 for instigating. And Captain Josh Petrantonio over to talk to the officials about it. Doesn't like it at all. But King came in to stick up for for Storjahan. He's going to pick up that instigator. That's the second one we've seen doled out against the River Dragons in the game. Seawolves onto the third power play of the contest. They're 0 for 2 with a man advantage. Back onto the First Franklin Financial penalty kill. First Franklin Financial, personal loans at the speed of life. The referee is just trying to dismiss Petrantonio and tell him to go back to the bench. .103 to go in the second. 6-2. River Dragons have the lead, but now the power play here for the Seawolves. We'll try to set something up here. Aldworth able to tip it away, and now Wickline, at least off his mid, it went to center. Mississippi steals it away, and they'll regroup. They'll walk back in here. There's a shot coming in for the point. Save made by McBurney. Rebound sitting in the slot. They jam away at it. And it's pulled out by Aldworth. They'll loop behind his own net and fire it on down the ice. Harney will slow it down at the side of the net. Left side, here's a chance and a lead in. A bouncing puck right in on McBurney, and he tips that one aside. And now it's cleared back down the ice. McKittrick at the horn there with a great chance as he broke through the D. But the puck off the tip of his stick and right in on McBurney, who just tips it away into the corner. So now the River Dragons off into the sunset of the second period with 57 seconds left to kill on that instigating minor against Lane King, but a 6-2 lead after 40 minutes of play. And so it's time for us to take a break, and when we come back, we will be in the in the Shred-Away second period intermission report. We'll take a look at the Zelmo zipping out of town scoreboard as well, but we'll fill you in on what's going on behind the numbers. Take a look at the stats here on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. It's a big 6-2 lead right now, but third period action coming up in just a little bit. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred-Away, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred-Away, 706-577-9668.
River Dragons hockey is more fun in a group. Come celebrate your birthday, anniversary, reunion, and more. Get 10 or more people together to enjoy the best available seating, a special VIP entrance, group recognition at the game, a visit from Scorch or Torch, and more. Plus, you can add on options like Chuck-a-Pucks, souvenir hats or pucks, and even a team gear shopping spree. Groups of 30 or more get a post-game photo on the ice. Group perks are only available through the River Dragons office by calling 706-507-4625.
Columbus, Georgia is considered by some as the hockey town of the South, boasting pro hockey since 1996. But 80 years before that first puck drop, another Chattahoochee Valley favorite got its start, Piggly Wiggly. Come on down to find a great selection of fresh meats and produce for your family's next meal or your next tailgate. We're proud to root for the hometown River Dragons because we've been the hometown team since forever. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
And welcome back here in the Shred-Away second intermission report. Tom Callahan here with you in the Harvey Lumber Press Box. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and once again, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a great time out there, no matter what you're doing or where you are. We appreciate you being here and joining us for Columbus River Dragons hockey. Well, it's 6-2 River Dragons after 2 periods of play, and right now there's 57 seconds left up on the penalty clock on Lane King's instigator penalty, which he picked up there at the end of the frame. And we saw Josh Petrantonio go over, argue with the referee about it. It's the second instigator that's been handed out against the River Dragons in this hockey game. Petrantonio maybe wanting a little bit of an explanation as Helland came over from Mississippi, got in the face of Storjahan, and Storjahan gave him a little chop. They were about to be separated there, and then King comes over and challenges Helen. They throw the mitts off, and off they go. I think what Petrantonio is trying to say in that case is it's more of a sticking up for your teammate. That's not really instigating a fight. It's jumping in. So Storjahan, who's not generally a guy who's going to fight, doesn't have to fight. And again, as I mentioned, King doesn't mind dropping the mitts a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that one, and we'll keep an eye on how the River Dragons respond here. But Petrantonio stayed after the official for quite some time, to the point where the referee was trying to dismiss him back to the River Dragons bench when they were about to drop the puck in the Columbus end of things. So clearly the argument was there to be made, and Columbus wants to make its point. On the flip side, when you're up 6-2 in a game, maybe you don't get as many of the calls that go your way. But by the same token, we're really what we all want at the end of the day is just consistency. And so for the River Dragons here, just a little bit under a minute to kill off heading into the third. They do give up 2 in the period. The Seawolves bookending the 3 goals the River Dragons scored. But for Columbus, a pretty successful period again on balance, as they were able to put a couple of pucks in the net. And despite being outshot 15-14 in that period as well, they also collect a power play goal. So nice to see the River Dragons cash in on that Georgia power play as well. That was also a big moment for this team. They really needed to take advantage of the few opportunities they've gotten with the man advantage. We haven't seen Columbus get a whole lot of power plays lately, but they were able to cash in on that one. So that was a huge moment for this River Dragons team. So right now they've got a 6-2 lead, 40 minutes into it, and we are in the shred-away second intermission report. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have a look at the Zelmo's zip-in out-of-town scoreboard, get a little deeper inside the numbers. We'll recap the scoring for you as well when we come back here to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. And right now, the River Dragons have a 6-2 lead over the Seawolves. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet, so leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $50 off electrical repairs.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
The Jersey Shop specializes in screen printing, embroidery, direct-to-garment printing, and vinyl heat-pressed lettering and numbering. We provide custom t-shirts for any occasion, reunions, parties, you name it. We have a graphic designer on staff to help create the logos or graphics necessary to make your shirts unique. Here we pride ourselves in being able to deliver orders of any size at low competitive cost with no minimum quantity required to order. That's why the River Dragons trust us for all their uniform needs. Call the Jersey Shop in Columbus today, 706-565-4242.
So you've got projects to do around your home. You got Harvey Lumber for that. You've decided to finally get that large deck built in the back for family fun and entertaining like you've been dreaming about for so long. You got Harvey Lumber for that. From replacing a few boards to replacing all the windows to building from the ground up, you've got Harvey Lumber for that. It's kind of like that old saying, there's an app for that. Well, whatever you need in the way of building supplies, there's been a Harvey Lumber for that in the Chattahoochee Valley for over 150 years. Harvey Lumber Company, 815th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo's Zip-In. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We're proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
And we're back at the Shredaway second intermission report. I want to once again welcome in all of our viewers checking out the game on WYBU Channel 16 tonight, joining us here on a Thanksgiving holiday in the United States. Of course, Canadian Thanksgiving was about 4 weeks ago, so happy American Thanksgiving. As we take a look inside the numbers here from period number 2. And as I told you before, the shots 15-14 in favor of the Mississippi Seawolves. Now, the River Dragons have only been outshot in one game this year, but right now the total 29 for Mississippi, 24 for Columbus through 40 minutes of play. And the power plays, Columbus was 1 for 1 in the period, 1 for 2 in the game. Seawolves 0 for 2 right now, still working on their third. 57 seconds left to go in that instigator call against Lane King when we come back here into third period action. And that is being served by Jay Krupp. And so the goals in that period, 119 in. Mississippi kind of got things going for themselves a little bit. It was 3-0 after 1. Well, Caranci scores just 119 in from Raleigh. That was his second of the season to make it a 3-1 game. But immediately after, Columbus draws a power play, and then a 2:09 a power play goal for Jay Krupp, his 5th of the year. And now that just gets that goal right back on the board and makes it a 4-1 game. Alex Storjahan scores his first of the night with, well, his first goal, his only goal of the game right now, his 8th of the year to lead the team in that department. But King and Kelly, the assist at 5:38. And then Kelly scores from King and Storjahan at 11:33, his 6th. And at that point, it's 6-1. Now later in the frame, Again, the Seawolves get one back at 18:48. The goal, the third of the year for Philip Wong from Falenga and Susi, makes it 6-2 at the break here. And for the River Dragons, again, just a thought that you want to stay disciplined, you want to stay out of the box, and hopefully for Columbus, they're able to do just that here in the third period. I know it's going to get testy, and as we've seen, Lucas Helland, who engaged King in that fight at the end of the period, is a guy who's going to go out there and try to turn things around with the momentum, and he's going to try to give you the extra shot or two behind the play. And he's going to try to sucker you into a bad penalty, which I'm not saying an instigator is necessarily a bad penalty. And, of course, Josh Petrantonio arguing that it shouldn't have even been called. But, once the referee makes up his mind, generally you're not going to change the mind on the call there. So that's where the River Dragons are here. It's just presence of mind. And to be able to kind of stay in that moment, be able to turn the other cheek, if you will, and let cooler heads prevail. That's the important part here for the River Dragons as they head into period number 3. All right, we need to take a look at the Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard for you. We're the only game in the FPHL tonight, so 6-2 here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons up on the Seawolves. No games in the NHL tonight as the league has the day off. And in the NFL, 3 games today, 2 are final. One going on right now is actually at the half. Patriots and Vikings are knotted up at 16 at halftime there. Earlier today, the Bills squeak one out over the Lions with a late field goal, 28-25, and the Cowboys, 28-20 winners over the New York Football Giants. So that's it for the Zelmo Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard, and that is it as well for our Shred-Away second period intermission report. 6-2, Columbus has the lead over the Mississippi Seawolves in the first of 3 straight tonight and tomorrow night here in Mississippi. Saturday back in Columbus for these 3 teams. Stick around. Third period action is coming your way in just a little bit. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Shred-Away, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred-Away, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred-Away, 706-577-9668.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo Zip-In. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Inside Edge season ticket memberships are now available for the 22-23 Columbus River Dragons season. The Inside Edge gives you exclusive access to team events with players, promotional giveaways, merchandise discounts, ticket priority for select Civic Center events, and River Dragons playoffs, plus ticket exchange privileges and more. Call 706-507-GOAL, 706-507-4625 to score your Inside Edge membership today.
Vectorply is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
Columbus, Georgia is considered by some as the hockey town of the South, boasting pro hockey since 1996. But 80 years before that first puck drop, another Chattahoochee Valley favorite got its start, Piggly Wiggly. Come on down to find a great selection of fresh meats and produce for your family's next meal or your next tailgate. We're proud to root for the hometown River Dragons because we've been the hometown team since forever. Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street.
Columbus Diagnostic Center, the area's clear choice for diagnostic imaging. CDC Northside features the area's first and only 3T MRI, the most powerful MRI available, and our new 64-slice CT scanner, cutting-edge imaging that's available at both locations. For over 30 years, patient comfort, lower costs, and uncompromising dedication remain our top priority. Clearer results for a more accurate diagnosis. Columbus Diagnostic Center and CDC Northside. Technology with a human touch.
And welcome back here to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Tom Callahan here with you, waiting the start of third period action. Columbus River Dragons a 6-2 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. While we have a moment, let's step aside 10 seconds along the network for station identification.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKC at HD2 Fort Benning South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
Air Force Heating and Air reminds you to help keep your house comfortable. Consider a preventative maintenance plan by Air Force Heating and Air. They have a plan right for your home and your budget. About to start our IGH Properties third period of play here in just a moment as the referees step back onto the ice. Tom Callahan here with you, broadcasting live from the Harvey Lumber Press Box. Harvey Lumber serving the community for over 150 years. And River Dragons Hockey brought to you in part by Country Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of the Columbus River Dragons. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the River Dragons. Zelmo's Zip-In is the official fuel provider of the Columbus River Dragons. Air Force Heating and Cooling is the official heating and air company of the Columbus River Dragons. And Wade Cleaners, the official cleaners of Scorch and Torch. I have a friend who is a mascot, and a very successful one at that. And he has a t-shirt that I absolutely love that he'll wear sometimes. It says, "Old mascots never die, they just smell that way." I always enjoyed that one. 57 seconds up on that power play clock for the Seawolves to start this third period. 6-2 River Dragons in the lead. And the Lane King instigator being served by Jay Krupp. And again, the River Dragons over trying to talk to the referees. King is over there himself right now discussing things before getting into the penalty box. He's having a extended dialogue with both referees, just watching him here before he gets back into that box. Same two teams back at it again tomorrow night here for the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. 8:05 Eastern on the Puck Drop 7:30 pregame show. And then back home for Saturday night's game. And that will be a 7:30 Puck Drop on Nonprofit Night. You can see how local nonprofits are making a difference right here in the Chattahoochee Valley and beyond. And you can find out how you can get involved too. Of course, we're entering that time of year where sometimes I know the giving gets lost in the shuffle of the commercialism and everything going on, but it's a nice reminder to know that there are those out there helping the less fortunate in the community. All right, we are going to get it underway here. 5-on-4 hockey. River Dragons trying to finish off this penalty kill presented by First Franklin Financial. As the puck turned in by the Seawolves, they try to go to work setting it up, but boy, the River Dragons aggressive there. There's a stretch for Petrantonio. He'll chase it down the ice. And Bush Anderson able to steal it away behind the net. Back come the Seawolves up the left wing side. Pass into the slot. McKittrick cutting to his right. Had his stick checked. Couldn't shoot. Curls up to the right point. They'll get it back on the right side after feeding it over. Puck from the far dot. And Bush Anderson failed on that shovel shot there. Puck behind the net, a centering attempt. That is taken away and flung off the glass down the ice by the River Dragons. Petrantonio was spilled down to the ice and behind the play, and a tripping call coming up here against the Mississippi Seawolves. So with just 6 seconds left to go on the man advantage, the River Dragons are going to go back to the power play. A tripping call just 51 seconds into the third period. And that one whistled against Daniel McKittrick. Well, that's just not a good penalty. The puck was nowhere near either one of them. Here's Pace in on the right side of the shot, tipped on a play. Look out. So that one rockets up into the top of section 28 here. So now on to the Georgia power play with Krupp out of the box. 1:51 to go on the man advantage here. 6-2 River Dragons in the lead. And they will end up having to chase the puck to center as the Seawolves want it back out there. Susie moving it ahead onto the right wing side. A backhand flip in behind the River Dragons net. LaBelle to handle, reversed around, looking for Greco. Greco got around Pace. And Greco to center, onto the right wing side, moving ahead LaBelle, leaving it off of the line, but he left it right onto the stick of Caranci, and he'll just send it down. River Dragons on the regroup here. They're going to move it ahead. There's a bank pass on the left side. That one ahead, in over the line is Krupp. He'll peel up at the left point. In over the line now, Greco. Greco, wrist shot, tipped in front, and that save made. Rebound in behind the net. Here's Aldworth on the right side, up top. Greco through traffic, shot save made. Rebound in front. Wickline also denied, and it's cleared off of LaBelle and down the ice. Greco left side will fire it right in. Harney with a blocker save. Puck to the near side corner. Wickline sends it up top. Ends up at the right point. Back to the right corner to Krupp. Krupp up top, right point. Cross ice feed. Greco off his skate. Wrister in. Harney save. Rebound right into the body of one of the River Dragons cruising by. That was Storjahan, but his pass up top is picked off and cleared. 20 seconds to go on the power play. 2:35 into the third. River Dragons up 6-2. They carry in over the right side. Time ticking down to the man advantage. Wrist shot, score! Jelenski's with a wrist shot from the high slot, using a little bit of a screen in front provided by the Seawolves defense. Finds a way to thread it through Harney for a power play goal and a 7-2 River Dragons lead. What a great shot as Jelenski's pulled up in the slot, gave himself plenty of time and space. 2:44 time of the power play marker, but he created even more room for himself and then just waited for the screen to materialize. It did. He's able to beat Harney stick side. Penalty coming up on the River Dragons. A tripping call as Wong was pulled down on his way to the net. So right back onto the First Franklin Financial penalty kill. First Franklin Financial personal loans at the speed of life. 2:57 time of that penalty. Tripping whistled against Frazier. So the Seawolves trying to figure it out here. Vanelli, the assist on the power play goal for Jelenski's. Up on the right side, here's McKittrick leaving it off into the circle. Bar shot tipped in, and they score. The puck was bouncing towards the front of the River Dragons net. There was a crowd down there of Seawolves, not sure who ends up getting that one. It looks like it might be Yevdokimov. But power play goals traded by the two teams here within the first couple of minutes of period number 3. That one coming at 3:22. Let's see if they do indeed give it to Yevdokimov. We'll pick up the call of the goal here. Again, there was a big crowd in front of the net.
Seawolves power play goal! Scored by number 16, Yaroslav Yevdokimov. Assisted by number 18, Justin Hart. And by number 23, Daniel Gettrick. That power play goal comes at the 3:22 mark of the third period.
And so for Yevdokimov, his 5th of the year. It is now a 7-3 River Dragons lead. Teams trading goals once again here in the early going of a period. They did it in the second as well. Long stretch pass ahead. McKittrick tipping it down. McBurney out. Played it right to McKittrick in the corner. McKittrick centering feed, and that one ends up eluding the stick somehow there of Raleigh, who was crashing through the slot. Went back out to center. Dumps back in. A bouncer and a McBurney who traps it against the ice, and he'll hold on. It's now Helland and King returning from their bout. Last period, or at least Helland, actually. King is not due out of the box yet. He's got to sit for another little bit here because he picked up that instigator call that was served by Krupp. Face-off will be to the right of McBurney. Frazier trying to direct traffic over on the right side there. And the draw one back, Frazier on it. And he does indeed go to the right side. Now lob one high in the air. That one is going to skip wide of the Seawolves net and be an icing call. So we'll take it right back down into the Columbus end of things. Puck down, draw one back by Columbus. Vanelli in the corner. Get some help from Frazier, now tipped away to center, and ahead come the River Dragons. Flipped onto the right wing side. Now a toe drag. Albrecht couldn't get through, but there's Krupp following it up his shot. And the save made by Harney as he hangs on. The puck right in his chest protector. Face-off will be to the right of that Seawolves cage. 7-3 River Dragons. Not quite 5 minutes into this third period. Krupp and Albrecht on the wings, and the draw snapped back over Aldworth, but he lost the handle there. Frazier couldn't keep it in. And now pushed up the left side by Karanci. And with a wrist shot, save McBurney. Rebound McBurney to his left to make the save, and he holds on. Now Bush Anderson in a standoff with Frazier at the side of the net, but they'll separate. 5:07 into the third period. 7-3 River Dragons lead. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
GH Properties specializes in managing single-family homes, single condos, entire HOAs, small and large apartments, and commercial business properties in the Chattahoochee Valley and beyond. Their expert property management team takes on the day-to-day chores of managing your rental property so you can enjoy a successful investment. Some of the responsibilities they handle are marketing, tenant interactions, lease agreements, and more. See them at ighproperties.net. That's ighproperties.net. IGH Properties. Happy tenants, happy owners, better rentals.
So you've got projects to do around your home. You got Harvey Lumber for that. You've decided to finally get that large deck built in the back for family fun and entertaining like you've been dreaming about for so long. You got Harvey Lumber for that. From replacing a few boards to replacing all the windows to building from the ground up, you've got Harvey Lumber for that. It's kind of like that old saying, there's an app for that. Well, whatever you need in the way of building supplies, there's been a Harvey Lumber for that in the Chattahoochee Valley for over 150 years. Harvey Lumber Company, 815th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
And so as we come back to action here in the third period, brought to you by IGH Properties. Tom Callahan here with you in the Harvey Lumber press box. And the puck is cleared away to center by the River Dragons. Columbus with a 7-3 lead on the Mississippi Seawolves here. Game 1 of 3 in a row between these two teams. Mississippi pushing back in. Puck to the right point. There's a long shot coming in by Payne, but blocked away in front. And Storjahan to skate it away. He'll move ahead, in over the line. Lost the handle a little bit there. Tried to flip it over to Kelly, but it hopped off his stick. But Kelly able to keep a bouncer in. Left side Storjahan. Here's Yelensky's in with a wrist shot. Save made. And quickly the rebound gathered and held by Harney. Yelensky's getting right to the front of the net. Line's a little scrambled here as King not quite done sitting his time in the box there. After his fighting major and instigating penalty, he should be back here at probably the next whistle, depending on how long we play. Face off to the right of Harney. It's dug up to the left point. LaBelle holding it in. Here's Doe. Doe shot, missed on the glove side. Right side, Petrantonio into the corner. Underwood try to put it behind the net, pinned up by Bush Anderson. Doe into the slot. Puck rolled away from him, pushed out to center. McKittrick up the left side, stops in over the line, feeds it into the right wing corner. Costello had it taken away by LaBelle. LaBelle chasing to the far side now. McKittrick cut it off. He's challenged by Underwood. Now LaBelle trying out the near side. His pass up the middle. That one is picked off and held in there by Raleigh on the right wing. Underwood again into the pile in the corner. Raleigh, McKittrick in there as well. LaBelle. Doe trying to help out. Costello trying to pull it free for a shot, and that one is blocked off Underwood. Greco able to work his way through traffic here. Skate it towards center. Gets it to Doe. He'll send it the rest of the way down. And that allows Columbus a much-needed change. 7-3. Your score here with the River Dragons in the lead. Aldworth steals it at center. Tries to skate in left side. Gets around pace. Aldworth in with a shot. Blocker save. Harney. Aldworth looking for the hat trick here tonight. Puck to the left point. Frazier sends it in front. Wickline. Turnaround chance. Save made. Rebound. Harney kept it out. And now Mississippi able to move it away. Give their goaltender at least a little bit of a breather here. But it's tipped right back by the River Dragons. And now Soucy forced back into his own end. Banks it off the glass pass. Krupp. Down the ice it goes, and Frazier will regroup in his own end. Frazier, cross ice, finds Aldworth. In over the line, Aldworth has support coming. Waits, feeds it into the slot. Left side, curling with it now is Wickline. Wickline feeding it up, middle of the blue line, Frazier. Krupp, Wickline, slot to his right. Wrist shot blocked by traffic. Falanga the other way, trying to thread that one through. Yevdokimov spin move, lost the puck. Cleared away to center. Both teams cycling through their lines just past the 8-minute mark here of the third period. Vanelli chasing that dump in behind the Columbus end of things. Lead ahead off the toe with a stick of Kelly. Storjahan moving it down the ice now. Oh, stolen back by Kelly, but he put it right in on goal. Harney grabs it, holds on, and he'll force a face-off to his right. Third period presented by IGH Properties. And the River Dragons trading power play goals with the Seawolves here in the third. Yelensky scoring for Columbus. Yevdokimov for the Seawolves. Face off in the Seawolves end is pushed away to center. And they will try to move in here as the puck knocked away. Ends up bouncing towards the far side corner. Barr looking to cycle it down, looking for help from Raleigh, but it hopped over his stick, taken away by Storjahan. Storjahan left side to Kelly. Kelly, Storjahan, roller. He got it on goal. Blocker save Harney. That one is cleared away to center ice. And now the Seawolves back the other way with it. Cutting in, left side, a shot. That one is wide of the stick side of Bailey McBurney. 9 minutes into this third period, 7-3. The River Dragons in the lead. Here come the Seawolves in over the line. McBurney paddles that puck away to the corner as it was dumped towards him. LaBelle back up the left side. LaBelle leaving it off for Kelly. Kelly in on the left wing all by himself with a wrist shot. That one is deflected off a body in front. And now Susie pulling it away. His clearing attempt hit Underwood. Didn't get very far, just barely over the line. Underwood knocked down, and a penalty coming up on the Seawolves. McBurney to the bench. And another power play. Here's a stretch to Doe, and they whistle it down offside. That offside brought to you by Old School Barber Shop. Online at oldschoolbarbershoppe.com. Book online anytime. Also through their Facebook and their Instagram. Tripping. The call whistled here. I believe that is Susie headed into the box. Indeed it is. Georgia power play number 4 for the Columbus River Dragons, and they have 2 power play goals in this one. One of them came on the tripping call that was whistled not too long ago to start this period. This one, 9:42, time of the penalty against Susie. Seawolves will start with a clear. Oh, your River Dragons 2 for 3 with a man advantage. Get to 3 for 4 here, and might almost be lights out. River Dragons into the right side. Now right into the slot. Doe in with a shot. Harney save. Rebound. They jam away at the near side post. Puck free in front is slapped away to the corner. Rogers on the rebound. Middle of the blue line. He'll stop. Drift back to his right. Feed it left to Doe. Doe up top. Rogers through traffic is shot. And that one nowhere near the net. Left half wall Underwood. Rogers middle of the blue line. Feeds the right side. Petrantonio. Rogers near dot. Doe drags to the slot, wrist shot, Harney the save, and no rebound there. 9:28 to go in the third. Columbus with a 7-3 lead. More power play time on the other side of the break. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo's Zip-In. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We're proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Back at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you. Draw coming up to the right of the Mississippi Seawolves net. 1:10 left to go in the Georgia power play with Susie in the box for tripping. Underwood in for the draw. And Ozelinch on the right side of the wing here, jousting away with 2 Seawolves prior to the face-off. Puck dropped. It's pushed into the corner. And Bush Anderson ends up out with it. He'll flip it down the ice. Well, McBurney went to leave it behind the net. It hopped over his stick. Then Rogers, who was planning on looping behind the net to pick it up, had to try a sharp cut to go to the opposite corner. Lost his edge and fell into the net, knocked it off, and that's why the whistle and the sarcastic applause from the crowd. Rogers just lost the edge. Nothing he could do. Ended up in the back of the net. River Dragons would at least like to face off on the other side of the ice, and they will get it. Draw to the right of McBurney here. 52 seconds ago in that Georgia power play as Petrantonio wins the faceoff back. And now Columbus moving it up to center. Here's Austin Doe on the right side. He'll carry it wide into the right wing corner, tied up by Bush Anderson. Look at the near side. Wrap around attempt. Petrantonio shut down by Harney. Rebound free. Sent to the point, and it goes out to center. But that wraparound came quickly. Almost found a hole. Petrantonio backing on the left side, leaving it in space. Doe, left wing corner. Sets it up on the dot. Krupp feeds it up top. Rogers will drift to his right, carry it down the wall. 10 seconds of the power play. Krupp had that one hop under the heel of his stick there. Tied up on the wall, not out yet. Aldworth trying to help out, but now away to center. It'll be carried up by Raleigh, and Raleigh will dump it back in as the River Dragons now 2 for 4 in the game with a man advantage, unable to score on that one. Helland will center. Raleigh had it taken away by Rogers. Rogers, the right side, his lead to center. Puck bounces up in the air. Krupp couldn't quite make it through traffic. Puck pushed back out to center now and turning back with a Payne. Cross ice feed over. Here's Helland moving. In with a long shot, but offside. Whistled at the line. Wouldn't have counted, but McBurney made the save anyway. Offside brought to you by Old School Barber Shop, online at oldschoolbarberShoppe.com. Book online anytime, or you can book online 24/7 through their Facebook and Instagram. 7-3, River Dragons lead. 7:47 to go in the third period. Fired in, and that one McBurney handles, leaving the rebound in front for Vanelli. Now turned over side of the goal. There's a chance, but nice recovery by Wickline on that back check. Took away an opportunity from Caranci. Falanga in the corner. Frazier feeding it around to the left point. That one is held in. Long shot. No, blocked and away. And a breakthrough center. River Dragons on the breakaway in to the backhand. And Aldworth over the top of the net. They score. Unbelievable. Thomas Aldworth went to the backhand. The puck hit the top of the dasher. Bounced right back in front of the net. And Wickline went to the front of the net, crashing the crease, and puts the rebound home. A very fortunate bounce. The River Dragons cash it in, and it's 8-3 with 7:17 to go. That is just one of those plays where, you know, when you're getting the puck luck, you're getting the puck luck. And that's exactly what happened there. You can't blame anybody on that goal either. I mean, Harney, the rebound literally came straight back over top of the net over his head. There's no way he could have tracked it. And you can't anticipate that bounce. 8-3. 7 minutes to go in this third period. And now the Seawolves trying to pull back into the right side. There's a chance in front, a shot, and that one is tipped just wide. And now Helland, oh no, Helland is down. Here's a chance, Payne in, McBurney save. He holds the rebound. And there was a penalty coming up on the play. I can't tell if Helland is holding his hand or his knee, but it looked like, to me, he caught a rut and may have done something to his knee, but I can't be 100% sure on that based on what I saw from up here. But he is definitely in some considerable pain down there on the ice. It's hard to tell. They're going to try to get him up, but no, his leg is up in the air. And so, yeah, they're going to have to help him off to the locker room area. I'm going to guess it's the left knee. That's what it looked like he was holding. Or is it the right leg? Might be the right. Actually, it is the right leg. Oh, man. Boy, you hate to see that. Just absolutely hate to see that. A 5-minute major up on the board against Thomas Aldworth. It'll be interesting to see what the call is. Well, let's see if Krupp is in the box. That means Aldworth got the gate. He may have gotten a game misconduct here. Hard to see into the penalty box from up here. We'll get the call here in a moment. Here it is.
Number 19, Thomas Aldworth. 5 minutes for slashing and a game misconduct. That penalty comes in the
There's a chance in front. McBurney save. Rebound is poked into the net. A power play goal. And because they're on a major power play, the Seawolves will be able to stay on the power play. But Aldworth did get 5 for slashing in a game misconduct. And so the First Franklin Financial penalty kill will continue here for the River Dragons. 13:36, time of the power play goal. It's an 8-4 game. I'll have to pick up the call on that one. Seawolves back into the right side, but they're trying to pick up some momentum. River Dragons send it down. Harney out to leave it to the side of the net for Bush Anderson. Well, Yevdokimov's got a second of the period.
assisted by number 10, Philip Wong. That power play goal comes in the 13th.
Wong the only assist as the River Dragons try to push shorthanded here. In for a chance, Petrantonio to the backhand. Harney a blocker save, rebound bouncing around in front is now taken away. So they get a power play goal out of it and continue on in the power play. So that is now the 6th power play chance. First Franklin Financial penalty kill here. As the puck into the slot, and that one, Underwood moving away to center with it. And he will fire it in on goal, and Harney will just dismissively toss that puck into the corner. Second power play goal of the game, second power play goal of the period for both the Seawolves and Yevdokimov. It is an 8-4 game now. I didn't think we'd have this much drama and intrigue at the end of the third period, but here we are. 3:05 and counting to go in the major. Aldworth has gotten a game misconduct for slashing as it's turned down the ice by Kelly. Harney way out to play it around to the backhand. Here's Costello. Up on the right side, steps around one, and with a wrist shot, he fired it high off the glass and out it goes. 4:25 to go in the third period, 2:43 to go in the major power play. 8-4 River Dragons lead. Back with more in a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
GH Properties specializes in managing single-family homes, single condos, entire HOAs, small and large apartments, and commercial business properties in the Chattahoochee Valley and beyond. Their expert property management team takes on the day-to-day chores of managing your rental property so you can enjoy a successful investment. Some of the responsibilities they handle are marketing, tenant interactions, lease agreements, and more. See them at ighproperties.net. That's ighproperties.net. IGH Properties. Happy tenants, happy owners, better rentals.
Complete Tire and Service, located at 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus, is the perfect place to take care of everything your vehicle needs. From preventive maintenance to alignments, brakes, oil changes, and more, your friends at Complete Tire and Service have you covered. Need tires? Buy 3, get 1 free for passenger vehicles. Call 706-321-8133 to set up your appointment. 321-8133. Complete Tire and Service on the web at ctstires.com.
Back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Tom Callahan here with you in the IGH Properties third period, broadcasting live from the Harvey Lumber Press Box. 2:43 to go in the major against Aldworth for slashing. He also picked up a game misconduct, so the penalty being served by Krupp. 8-4, River Dragons in the lead with 4:25 to go in the third. And Columbus wins the draw, sends the puck down the ice, but things have gotten interesting here. Mississippi picking up some momentum. They've got 2 power play goals in the period, 1 on this power play. McKittrick Left side working it in over the line, cutting to his right. His shot tipped into the corner. I'll check my notes, but I believe it's the first time they've given up 2 power play goals, the River Dragons. Now an odd man rush. Kelly back, shorthanded, feeding it over to the right side. Backdoor feed for Kelly, and the pass was blocked. Nice defense there is getting back. Bush Anderson was the only thing that really kept a wide open backdoor chance from materializing. So now Wong will feed it up top. Bush Anderson, a shot. They batted in out of the air. The rebound went off McBurney. He was unable to hold on to it, and Yevdokimov has a third period natural power play hat trick. Power play goal number 3 for the Mississippi Seawolves and for Yevdokimov. 16:25 time of the power play goal. It's 8-5. I believe it'll be Wong and Bush Anderson with the assists. And the major power play continues with 1:54 to go. Now it's a 3-goal deficit for the Seawolves, who have climbed back into this hockey game. 3.5 to go. And I think if you're Mississippi, if you get one more, you don't pull the goaltender yet, not down by 3. But if you get one more, and there's still time left to go on this major, now it becomes a question.
Scored by number 16, Yaroslav Yevdokimov. Assisted by number 72, Ethan Bush Anderson. That goal comes at the 16:25 mark.
They may add one for Wong on there as well, but right now Seawolves back setting it up. Puck up top, Bar to his left. Time ticking down in the major, 1:09 and counting. 2:48 to go here in the third. 8-5 River Dragons. Right side, Susie with a wrist shot and a glove save, McBurney. He'll hold on.
All right, I'm sitting here at the top of section 19 with the man from
Face-off will be to McBurney's left. 1:01 to go in the major. Seawolves have scored twice on this major power play. Petrantonio telling Frazier which way he's going to try to go with the draw, try to push it ahead. Ends up at the right point, held in by Bush Anderson. Frazier after it, and now out of the net goes Harney. Extra man is out for Mississippi. Bush Anderson with a shot into the corner, and another penalty coming up here against Columbus. So that's why Harney goes to the bench, is to get the extra man out there. And again, now it's going to be 5-on-3 for 43 seconds. And the first Franklin Financial penalty kill is going to have to be on the absolute top of its game. Tripping whistled with 2:25 to go, so 17:35 time of the penalty. Frazier into the box. Five on 3 for the Seawolves. And even though they're down by 3, now that it's 5-on-3, I might have considered going 6-on-3. However, Mississippi going to work, but they turn it over, and River Dragons bank it down the ice. Harney will leave it behind the net. Bush Anderson up the left side. Pass in towards the slot. McKittrick wheels back up to the left point with it. In the slot, McKittrick down to the near side corner. Backdoor feed, Yevdokimov over. Bar shot and a diving block by Petrantonio. Bush Anderson up top. Left side. Fed down low, a tap in front, a chance. McBurney, big save. Greco down, can't clear the rebound. Another chance wide on the stick side. Wong could not get enough on it. Out of the box is Krupp. 5-on-4. There's a shot, and McBurney made the save going to his right. And now 1:35 to go as he holds it for the whistle. 8-5. River Dragons in the lead. 1:11 to go on the tripping call against Frazier. Back to 5-on-4 on this kill. Wickline in across from Barr for a crucial draw. Timeout called by Mississippi. Seawolves are going to talk it over. Well, they're going to need 3 in 95 seconds. I will say this, if you call the timeout, you believe you've got a chance to win, but at this point, you got to keep the goalie on the bench. I probably would have went 6-on-3 when that power play was whistled earlier. But now the River Dragons just need to hang on. And they've got to get through this penalty kill. (8-5) is your score. 1:35 to go in the third. Frasio's in the box for tripping for the next minute and 11 seconds. 3 power play goals for the Mississippi Seawolves to make a game out of it. River Dragons were up at different stretches. 4-1, 7-3, now it's 8-5. Harney back in the net, so they're just going to go 5-on-4 in a power play. I just don't think it's going to give the Seawolves enough to work with here, but their power play's been hot, so maybe you just show the faith in the man advantage unit. Here's Bush Anderson with a one-time drive, and that found the glass as he whistled it wide. Wickline chance to clear, gets it out, 2-on-1 developing. Wickline ahead, Storjahan with him, Wickline in, rolling puck, Storjahan scores! A short-handed goal that should put a bow on this one with 1:15 left to go in the third. It's 9-5 River Dragons. Storjahan second of the game, 9th on the season at 18:45. Wickline the assist, and that is the third shorthanded goal of the year for the River Dragons. Well, now it's just a matter of winding down this final minute of play here in the third period. Storjahan trying to move it ahead, turn back at center. Vanelli will go back to his own goal line, fanned on a clearing attempt. Susie stole it away. And now the Seawolves still trying to go to work here. Wheeling on that left side. Caranci feeding it to the right point. There's a shot in by Costello. Found shin pads. Bush Anderson holding it in. 30 seconds to go in the third. Wickline with the puck. Sends to an open wing and banks it on down the ice. Onto the box is Frasio. So the River Dragons have killed it off. Seawolves moving it up, giving it up at center. Underwood picked off that pass. Trying to work his way in, tied up by Caranci. And now the Seawolves back on it again, but that'll do it for the hockey game. So the first of 3 in a row between these two teams here on the weekend goes the way of the Columbus River Dragons. The final 9-5 in favor of Columbus. Boy, we have plenty to wrap up from this one. And not the easiest of victories, but they all count for one in the W column. And that's where this one goes for Columbus. So now it's time for us to move on into a Pepsi post-game show whereby we will have the Wade Cleaners 3 stars for you. A final look at the Zelmos zip-in out-of-town scoreboard and a look back at the numbers from this game on Thanksgiving night. 9-5 Columbus with the win. We'll take a break and come right back with more Columbus River Dragons hockey.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby. The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Announcing Wade Cleaner's newest location at 6801 River Road, located just across from the new VA hospital. This location has a drive-thru and is open 6 days a week. Tell us you heard this and receive 25% off your first visit. Wade Cleaners, since 1939.
Hey guys, this is Anna Cannon from United Way of the Chattahoochee Valley. Donating to United Way ensures that your gift goes farther in making sure that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Get united with me by visiting unitedcv.org today.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
The Jersey Shop specializes in screen printing, embroidery, direct-to-garment printing, and vinyl heat-press lettering and numbering. We provide custom t-shirts for any occasion, reunions, parties, you name it. We have a graphic designer on staff to help create the logos or graphics necessary to make your shirts unique. Here we pride ourselves in being able to deliver orders of any size at low competitive cost with no minimum quantity required to order. That's why the River Dragons trust us for all their uniform needs. Call the Jersey Shop in Columbus today, 706-565-4242. It's time for the Pepsi Postgame Show on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Tonight's show is brought to you by Pepsi, Air Force Heating and Air, Beam TV, Zelmo Zip-In, and Wade Cleaners. Now with a recap of tonight's action, here's Tom Callahan.
And welcome back to the Pepsi Postgame Show. Tom Callahan here with you. Thank you so much for joining me as we wrap things up here in a big 9-5 Columbus River Dragons win here to start a 3-game series against the Mississippi Seawolves. Tonight, tomorrow night, both here in Mississippi, and then on Saturday back to Columbus to wrap up the series at the Civic Center here on this Thanksgiving weekend. And again, our thanks to you for joining us here for the broadcast. And a big win, as I mentioned, but not without its pitfalls for the Columbus River Dragons. They get 2 goals out of Thomas Aldrich, but he ends up picking up a slashing major at the end of the game and a game misconduct. And so he's out, and we'll wait to see if there's anything else that'll be handed down following that. But 3 power play goals given up in the third period by this River Dragons team, all to Yaroslav Yevdokimov, who rightly so earns first star honors of the game. His third period hat trick, by the way, a natural hat trick, all 3 goals in a row, and all 3 on the power play. So the River Dragons, which, I mean, I've been singing the praises of the penalty kill all season long. You're not going to kill them all off. But late in that game, on the major, the Seawolves made it interesting. It was 8-5 at that point. They even had a bit of 5-on-3, which the River Dragons then got through. They were able to kill that off. That was a big moment in the hockey game as well. And then a shorthanded goal later on. Once Mississippi was really trying to press, it opened up a chance for a 2-on-1 rush. And the River Dragons able to convert that one and win going away on Storjahan's second of the night. Shots in the game ended up 40-38 in favor of the River Dragons. So they just narrowly avoid being outshot this season and are now 9-0 when out shooting their opponent here on the year. But really the big story of this one is, well, twofold. Number one, good to see the offense doing well, but the penalty kill now and giving up 5 goals, we know that's something that Coach Bouchard will not be happy with. It'll be interesting to have our chat with him tomorrow during the skate to see what he has to say about that and his thoughts about the game here this evening. It was kind of dicey. It was physical. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth. There were some penalties taken that really, I think both sides wish they had back. So going into this, and this is just the first game, by the way, of the series, although these teams have already played several times this year, but still just the first game of this weekend. We still have tomorrow and Saturday to get through. I think it's going to get more feisty as we go on through the weekend as well. So you're definitely going to want to tune in to tomorrow night and then Saturday night back at the Columbus Civic Center. But the 3 points belongs to the River Dragons here tonight. They now improve to 10-1 on the season here in the FPHL and a commanding lead in the FPHL's Continental Division. Let's take a break here in the Pepsi postgame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Zelmos Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. Also have a final look inside the numbers for you as well. Stick around. There's more Columbus River Dragons hockey in just a moment.
Know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Announcing Wade Cleaner's newest location at 6801 River Road, located just across from the new VA hospital. This location has a drive-thru and is open 6 days a week. Tell us you heard this and receive 25% off your first visit. Wade Cleaners, since 1939.
Hi friends, I'm Steve with the W.C. Bradley Company, and I support the United Way in their mission to advance equity and achieve child, family, and community well-being. Visit unitedcb.org to donate your time or money in helping to make the Chattahoochee Valley a better place for all our neighbors.
Complete Tire and Service, located at 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus, is the perfect place to take care of everything your vehicle needs. From preventive maintenance to alignments, brakes, oil changes, and more, your friends at Complete Tire and Service have you covered. Need tires? Buy 3, get 1 free for passenger vehicles. Call 706-321-8133 to set up your appointment. 321-8133. Complete Tire and Service on the web at ctstires.com. In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmos Zip-In. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and southwest Georgia. Zelmos is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmos, fueling life's passions.
And welcome back here to the Pepsi postgame show. Tom Callahan here with you. Let's take a look at that Zelmos Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard for you. Zelmos, fueling life's passions since 1999. We are the only game going on in the FPHL here tonight. A 9-5 River Dragons win. No games in the National Hockey League tonight. And so we'll scoot on over to the NFL, which traditionally is the major power on Thanksgiving Day. The Bills, last-minute field goal, beats the Lions 28-25 earlier today in Detroit. Cowboys 28-20 beat the Giants, and they also moved to 8-3 on the season. And the nightcap still going on just into the fourth quarter. It looks like we have the Patriots and Vikings. This game has been nip-tucked the entire evening. They are currently tied up at 26. So that's a look at your Zelmos Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. One more break here in the Pepsi postgame show. When we come back, we wrap everything up for the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. 9-5 River Dragons win. We're back with more Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Come celebrate your birthday, anniversary, reunion, and more. Get 10 or more people together to enjoy the best available seating, a special VIP entrance, group recognition at the game, a visit from Scorch or Torch, and more. Plus, you can add on options like Chuck-a-Pucks, souvenir hats or pucks, and even a team gear shopping spree. Groups of 30 or more get a post-game photo on the ice. Group perks are only available through the River Dragons office by calling 706-507-4625.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
Hydraulic Hydrolife Therapy in Old Town is your one-stop recovery shop to get you back to 100%. With IV therapy treatments, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. Hydrolife treatments are packed with nutrients to increase energy and boost your immune system. Join the IV League today for the most affordable way to feel better, look better, and start accomplishing more. Online at hydrolifetherapy.com/Columbus. Hydrolife Therapy. Start living your best life.
Vectorply is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
Back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum in the Pepsi Postgame Show to wrap things up. Tom Callahan here with you. Thank you so much for joining me here as it's a 9-5 River Dragons win. Let's take a look at the Wade Cleaners 3 stars of the game here this evening as chosen by the local media. Wade Cleaners, the official dry cleaners of Scorch and Torch. The 3rd star from the River Dragons with a pair of goals tonight and an assist, Thomas Aldworth. The 2nd star also with a pair of goals, but 2 assists to his credit, Alex Storjahan. And the 1st star from the Mississippi Seawolves with that 3rd period power play hat trick, Yaroslav Yevdokimov. And those are your 3 stars brought to you by Wade Cleaners. Final look inside the numbers. River Dragons score 3 times in each period in the 9-5 win here tonight. Shots by period for the River Dragons, 10 in the first, 14 in the second, 16 in the third for 40. 14 in the first, 15 in the second, 9 in the third for 38 for the Mississippi Seawolves. And again, the River Dragons narrowly avoid being outshot for only the 2nd time this season. Power plays, River Dragons finished 2 for 4. The Seawolves finished 3 for 8. And all 3 of those power play goals coming in the 3rd period. Scoring wrap for you as we look at it back here. Started all the way back at 2:47 of the 1st period. Michael Greco from Kelly and Storjahan got the ball rolling at 4:16. Aldworth's first of 2 in the period from Krupp and Wickline made it 2-0, and then Aldworth an unassisted marker at 17:58. And the River Dragons offense was off and running at that point, 3-0 after 1. Caranci at 1:19 of the 2nd period made it a 3-1 game, but then goals by Krupp, Storjahan, and Kelly got it to a 6-1 lead for the River Dragons. Wong closed the period at 18:48 to make it 6-2. Then it got interesting. Each team would post 3 goals in the 3rd. Yelensky started it off with a power play goal at 2:44 for the River Dragons. Yevdokimov, his first of 3 in the period on the power play at 3:22. Wickline scored on a rebound off an Aldworth shot that kicked right back in front of the net over the head of reserve goaltender Greg Harney. He puts that one in at 12:43. Then Yevdokimov scores 2 more power play goals. Makes it interesting. It's 8-5 at that point. But a late shorthanded goal from Alex Storjahan, his 9th of the season and 2nd of the game at 18:45, puts it away for the River Dragons. Goaltenders, Blake Wyrick got the start. Made 7 saves on 10 shots. Lasted only 17:58. He gets the no decision tonight because Harney comes in, gives up 6 goals on 24 shots. He is saddled with the loss. And the reason that Wyrick is off the hook is because Mississippi scored more than 3 goals tonight. So that ends up as Harney's decision. Bailey McBurney, 33 saves on 38 shots for the victory here tonight. Same 2 teams back at it again tomorrow night right here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum at 8:05 Eastern Time. Puck drop means 7:30 on the pregame show. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow night. My thanks to the entire broadcast crew here for the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. One more time, your final, the Columbus River Dragons 9, the Mississippi Seawolves 5. This is Tom Callahan saying good night from the Harvey Lumber Press Box. This has been Columbus River Dragons Hockey.
You've been listening to the Pepsi Postgame Show on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Tonight's show was brought to you by Pepsi, Air Force Heating and Air, Beam TV, Zelmo Zip-In, and Wade Cleaners. All rights to this broadcast are reserved by the Columbus River Dragons and P&B Broadcasting for the private use of their audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution or the descriptions or accounts of this game are expressly prohibited without the written consent of Ignite Sports and Entertainment and P&B Broadcasting. This has been a presentation of the Columbus River Dragons Hockey Club.
106.9 rocks. Columbus's real